Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this is LM, TD, TM, FFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And here we are with a bonus stream, because I knew that the Outer Worlds was coming out soon, or the new DLC was, but I had no idea it would be so soon. So, gonna play some Murder on Eridanos, on this place, discover a murder mystery, find out what's going on, and hopefully solve it all to the satisfaction of everybody. So, I'm not sure what I need for this. Let's click on it and get some more information. Is it recommended for level 30 or higher? Okay, so I will load up a character I have. To begin your adventure on Eridanos, you must have gained access to the following landing pad in Stellar Bay. So, a Stellar Bay landing pad. After gaining access to this area, return to your ship and talk to Ada. Your new adventure will start. Alright. Well then, let's load a game and find something. Level 30. Okay. Is 33 the top level? It can't be. Where is it? Alright. Alright, well. 1 day, 19 hours, 1 minute. Will it update it? I hope it will when I load this up. I don't know where I am. Alright, well, let's load it up and find out. And hopefully I'll be able... I don't think there's any points where you are stuck and cannot go back to your ship. We will find out. I really enjoyed The Outer Worlds. It was a very humorous take on space travel and, you know, endpoint of capitalism, etc. As appears to be the thing to say right now. Wow, what is going on there? Oh, I've got companions. Yep. Jeez. Oh, is this the point where... I don't know. Alright. And... oh my god, this is so slow bringing up the inventory. It was not like this before, I can assure you. Alright, what is my character? High perception, high charm. Oh, right, yes. I went with a companion build, didn't I? Yeah, long guns. High persuade. Yeah, I was building towards... was I not? Leadership. Maybe not. Yeah, alright, okay. I must have been going down here, I guess. Alright, fine. Wow, 112 in it. Okay, right. Huge bonuses from Ellie and Parvati. That is why. Not lockpicking. Well, I guess I can use these ones. So yeah, you are maxed out. I'm at level 30. And what have I got gun-wise? A hunting rifle, a plasma cutter, a tactical shotgun, and Medal of Honor. Alright, just in case. I mean, Gorgon Canyon. Alright, well... Marauder Stronghold. So I just need to go back to... you cannot fast travel while near hostiles. Well, that's easily solved. I'm pretty sure... sorry. Let's go back to the perks. Yeah, I'm a tactical time snipery person. I don't see any new stuff. Oh, cool. I'm gonna do a crit. Oh, right, yes. I took the perk. Did I not? No? Yeah, 5% damage per floor. And got 3 floors, which I believe is the maximum number. So that we're doing plus 15, because, yeah, floors are great, and especially when you can weaponize them in that way. Wow, look at all of these people I'm revered with. Ooh, very... I could go for a board win. Ah, alright. Let's see if I can remember. That is reload. There we go, there's TT. Oh, that didn't kill you. Because I wasn't paying any attention, that's why. Oh, charge from accounting, yes, of course. Ah. Yep. Ah, not sniping. Alright. Just... Oh, and I got the head exploded damage. Cool. Oh, and I got a load of XP for that. Alright, well, let's pick up... Ah, because this is charged from accounting, you've got your super duper special delivery weapon. Yeah. I have completed the... Oh no, am I over encumbered now? Oh. God damn. I must be carrying a load of crap. Oh, and now I couldn't transport myself back, could I? Oh well, I'll be able to break things down. That is a function of this game, I seem to remember. Come on. I mean, I don't really need these, but... ammo is always appreciated, I guess. Alright. Let's do some very, very quick. Oh, have I got a load of junk? Yeah, so much junk. Alright, okay. Do you weigh anything? Yeah, you do. Alright. Oh my god. So many things. Oh, I've only got... Alright, loads of armor. Okay. Q for breakdown. Right, okay. So, how much do I need to... 30. Alright. Oh, you weigh nothing. But you have got to weigh more. Can I... I forget. Hold this. Wait. Yeah, here we go. You're worth 72. I can't remember which is which, what I want, so let's just break you down. Get some armor parts so that I know. 90. Ooh. I'm probably breaking down all the reasonable stuff. There we go. Alright. Now we'll do it by name again. Now I can move quickly. Alright. Map. I am there. Oh, fast travel. Side quest, weapons from the void. Did I just get one? Is that what it is? Who knows? One's away from... So. Let's go to... Ah, Codex has stuff. Ah, that's what it is. Charge up burst weapons. Right, okay. No. Act 2. The unreliable. Interior. Now... Whoa. Alright. Why can I not... Oh, I can. It's just not... Alright.
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure.
Well, Ada, let's do that together then. Ah, that must be the new planet.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
We can watch the thing together. The eighth wave drama. There we go. Even though there is no romantic feelings between us.
Certainly,
That's
Captain.
you and the robot.
I was hoping you would ask.
Really? Why? On Eridanos. Halcyon Helen versus the Brain Eaters, Chapter 12. Ruth Bellamy, it's Halcyon Helen.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery.
All of those people died.
But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there.
Oh, product placement.
It was death.
Man, they trained that
Sure,
cockroach
the
well.
leaders paid the price. But at what cost to me?
You look very much like Jesse from Control.
It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be?
Oh.
Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Wait, Halcyon Helen is dead, not Ruth
Captain,
Bellamy.
We have a communication coming in from one.
Holy crap,
Administrator
180,000
Get off
XP.
the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating.
Oh,
Law be with
Cedric.
you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos atmospheric complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr.
Wait, Halcyon Helen is the character. So how did Halcyon Helen die? Was it Ruth Bellamy who was killed? I can't remember how I played this character before, but hey, how about I just call you Lou?
How about not?
Oh, but I want to start off antagonizing you. Alright, Mr. Ludwig. Nah, okay, Lou.
I apologize if I've struck too familiar a tone for your tastes. Let me get right to the point.
Please do.
Halcyon Helen is dead. Murdered.
But that's Halcyon Helen.
Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
Why are you calling me? Yeah. And your first thought was to come to me? I mean, Halcyon Helen is the character, right? Not Ruth Bellamy, the actress. So what? How did... I don't...
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. Captain Hawthorne.
Ah,
Looking
yes, of
forward to
course.
meeting Adjutant Aconde's favorite gun. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel. Least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows.
Can do. I was shaken by the news myself. Helen brought a lot of joy to this colony. Fantastic. And the way she advertised those products, so seamlessly integrated into the drama.
You're a compassionate person, Captain. And you're right. Halcyon Helen was a talented woman. She had a gift for transforming her art into wealth. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of an outsider?
Ooh.
Please, Lou. Sublight Underground is built on discretion. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give her the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract. Because I promise you, I'll win.
Gentlemen, please, as far as I'm concerned, you're both idiots. Nah, let's let them argue.
We can do this anytime you want. I'll even make an appointment.
Might learn some
I'm
interesting
sure your
stuff.
schedule's wide open. What with your product launch being indefinitely delayed due to unforeseen murder.
Unforeseen
All right,
murder.
Cedric, if that's how you want to behave, I have no choice but to file an official reprimand on your permanent record.
Oh, please do. I'd love an official reprimand from a failed executive. Could you do me a favor and have it laminated?
Dun dun
Could we
dun.
please stop this nonsense?
Oh,
Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You are Adjutant Akonde's most reliable freelancer. If the second most powerful person in Halcyon can depend on you, then I'd like to think we can depend on you. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
Adjutant Akonde. You're the board thing? Alright. Inspector Jenny. I like the sound of that. Yes, playing a female character. I think she was going to be Jenny Eric or generic. I can't remember. Shouldn't this be the constable's job, Constable? Nah, how many people are involved in this communication? I mean, oh my god, so many people.
Just the three of us.
4. 4? Me as well? Just checking, it's getting hard to follow with all this arguing.
You must excuse us. The situation on Eridanos is
Eridanos.
tense.
Cool.
If
Now I know
we
how to
don't
pronounce
bring
it.
Helen's killer to justice, this scandal could scupper our entire operation. Please, Captain, I'm asking you to help us. While you're pursuing your investigation, we'll make you a guest of honor at the Grand Colonial.
Oh my god. I'll come lounge around and then decide.
I encourage you to consider this offer seriously.
I
The
am?
future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I...
Oh my god. That means I have to complete the game again in order
But
to
Rizzo's is paying for that
see the
hotel
end
room.
credits.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their
Or the
gratitude,
resolution to
I know
this.
Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation.
Oh.
And if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover.
The 2 seems to have some
The
issue.
administrator oversees Rizzo's operations. Cedric runs the hotel and the spaceport. They're always at each other's throats. My life would be so much easier if they'd simply learn to work together.
Relax. Nothing I can't handle.
I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer.
Oh,
And
well.
at the risk of sounding impertinent, we desperately need the help of someone competent.
I mean, you
Thank you
seem
for your time, Captain.
competent enough.
Whenever you're ready, I've authorized the Unreliable to land at the Grand Colonial.
Nice. Alright, I would like to ask more questions, but apparently I've got everything on
Transmission
now.
terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos atmospheric complex.
What can you tell me about Eridanos?
Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos atmospheric complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are potentially capable of surviving.
potentially capable of surviving doesn't sound great, but okay. I don't know why they're trusting me to catch Halcyon Helen's killer. I mean, they just think I'm the great Captain Hawthorne.
There are several reasons why someone would hire your services. In descending order
I
of
hope
likelihood,
insanity is
they
one of
are
these
as
reasons.
follows. Desperation,
Oh.
confusion, mistaken identity, inebriation, and genuine faith in your abilities.
Cool. Thanks, Ada. Alright. Let's see which companions I have so far. Have I got all of you? I must have all of you by now. Okay, there's Vicar Max.
So watching the serial the other night, yeah? I don't want to ruin the surprise.
There's L.
Let's just say it involved a whole mess of tossball players and the biggest Manta Queen I ever saw.
Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime?
And Nayoka? I forget how we pronounce your name. Ah, there we are. Alright, anybody got anything to say about this?
Hey, Cap.
No. Let's not talk about this Gorgon job. Let's get to Eridanos or whatever and then see. Let's bung some stuff away. So I've got some things and then find somewhere to sell stuff. Well, let's go to the planet. Ooh, let's see if you sent me any more emails. Messages for Jenny. Nope. Messages for Alex. Nope. Logs. Nope. Okay. It's going to take me a while to remember these controls. Right, first of all, let's just bung all of those back away. And let's look at the weapons. Right. I keep all of these ones, just... Or, no, I keep all the unique ones, I think. Yeah. But the other ones, I don't really care for. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't tell me how much I've got. How much am I carrying now? Oh, have I got opportunities to level them up, have I? Awesome. Well, it doesn't look like any of those have gained anything since the last DLC, so we'll leave those. There we go, 280. Alright. Now let's just have a look and show you. Oh no, no! This is a save from
I
before.
like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Yep. Okay, there's the secret, but I haven't got my tiny little thing that the pet. Oh. Alright. Well, let's go to Eridanos and see if anybody has anything to say. The last roll of Halcyon Helen. Again, I thought it was Ruth Bellamy. Did I miss something? Am I wrong?
We're now docked at Eridanos' luxury landing pad.
Alright, give me a second. Where is... No. Oh. God damn, yeah. No, okay. We're all at 100%. Show Bark subtitles. Oh, okay, yep. Anything fun in the controls that I've forgotten? Move, look, jump, sprint. No, auto toggle, fine. Quick melee's the middle button, fine. Taylor, don't care. I thought my tactical time dilation was... No, wait, what? That's not right. What? Alright, well, whatever. Alright, now we're here on Eridanos. Anybody got anything to say?
What's on your mind?
Something I want to talk
Yeah,
about.
boss?
No, I don't want to talk about this business on Gorgon. Alright, let's go out and see the world. Alright, we'll be taking Parvatian Alley. And continue. If it's brown, drink it down. Faster than light ship drives are commonly called strict skip drives because they allow ships to approach and then skip past the speed of light. Reso spectrum. Brown. Plasma weapons use high energy fields to draw in and convert ambient ether into a superheated plasma state which can then be used offensively. Alright. Oh, nice. I do want to become a famous spam person, so wow, I just earned skill points. So I went up a level. But you, let me just quickly correct this. Up band. Alright. Onwards. Oh, we're getting nowhere. Right, fine. Whenever I load into a place, give it a second. Right, what else have I got? Oh, there's my... Wow, I have more than enough ammunition, it would seem. Is that a new weapon? I don't know. I need to find somewhere to sell everything I've got. Ooh, junk. Who knows what exciting things you might come across where you're out looking. Well, I'm glad I couldn't accidentally throw myself off to my death. But wow, okay. Piece of ground in the middle of nowhere that floats above in the habitable atmosphere range. That's good. Oh, spaceports. Alright. Wow, looks like we've got a reasonable... Oh, are you down there to welcome me? No. What am I afraid of up here? Phobic. Ah, right, okay, fine. But let us do some skills. I don't care about any of the weapons. I don't care about melee. I'm obviously not going for defense. Looks like I'm probably doing something with persuade there. I'm not a sneaky person. Looks like I am doing something over here with inspiration. So yeah, take... yeah, no, I'm alright with those two being where they are. So how many points have we got? 10, okay. Wow, 153 is a thing. And yeah, let's add some more inspiration there. So that adds to companion damage. What does persuade add to? Nothing, it just makes them cower. Companions provide 10% skill bonuses to player skills while only unreliable. Oh, well. Looks like I might be trying to get that. Oh, I've only got a few levels left though, haven't I? Huh. Revert. I'm going to stick at 80. And then just put everything into Persuade. Yeah, alright, I want at least 150 adjusted. Just in case. And then, nah, let's bring it all into Persuade. Screw it. We'll leave Inspiration where it is. And I think I get one more perk. Alright.
Watch out. This place is half sublight thugs and half top rungers on vacation. Both are dangerous.
Oh no, is my weapon degrading? %61%. Yeah, I should have fixed it. Oh well. I'll do that elsewhere. You got anything else to say?
Does being on the case give us temporary immunity? Think they'll let us confiscate a few stray bits?
Let's hope. Let's talk about something else.
Something on your mind?
No? Fine. Alright. Where did you go? Ah, there you are.
I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end.
Right. Halcyon Helen is the character, right? Oh my god, I really...
Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end.
Yeah, it really is something.
Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater.
Yeah, I'm glad we got you out of Edgewater.
I'm glad you landed in the Vale, even if you did land right on top of Captain Hawthorne.
You don't know
You
that.
know what? I'm spoiling the moment. Let's get back to it.
I am Captain Hawthorne, so far as you're concerned. Alright, we'll talk later. Down we go. So yeah, this is the queen, or king of the thing. One of the royalties, but it's never been mentioned before.
Hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort.
Thanks.
Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground,
God,
or
so
SLUG,
much
as
XP.
we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
Wow, I mean, that is crappy. Alright. Yeah, tell me about the mood of the people.
I'll say. There's nary a soul here who wasn't a fan of hers in some respect. Just about everybody's shocked. Some people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
We should ask if they're comping the minibar. This might take a while, if you get me.
Yep.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
What about you? You don't seem all that nonplussed. Was she a divisive figure?
Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help.
How did she get famous?
Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment.
Ooh,
I
really?
imagine the admin briefed you about Helen's part in the Spectrum Brown unveiling. Too bad about the postponement. Not so terrible as Helen's murder, but still a crying shame.
Still Helen, not Bruce Bellamy. Yeah, I thought you worked for Slug, not Rizzo's. Nah, yeah.
I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling.
Okay.
A nice mutually beneficial event. But the murder's gone and ruined that. Along with 9 out of 10 of my favorite cereals.
Oh, okay,
anyway,
you are cut up
I
about
think
it.
I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags.
I haven't got any bags. Bags? What bags?
You're making fun, right? Your luggage, belongings, kit, wherever you keep what you ain't wearing.
Just
You're still giving me a pretty
carry
blank
it
look.
around in my inventory pockets.
Suppose it's none of my business, but do you just wear the same set of clothes all the time?
I think I've got a set that I put on for charisma things. No, that would be ridiculous. Lie. No, that would be ridiculous. I just wear whatever I strip from my enemy's corpses, honestly. Yeah.
Well, reckon I can respect your candor, even if it scares me a smidge.
Man.
Anyhow, I'll look for you in the grand ballroom later. Hope you can unravel this mystery, Inspector.
Cool. I'm glad they have given me a title and don't keep trying to call me a generic name. Even though that was the point of the name. Alright, so we found some things in there already. Hey, Slug Sweeper, you got anything to say?
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Well, I didn't mean to pull that out on you while you were telling me while you were telling me things.
I had something in my ear. I could have sworn you just said we aren't allowed to depart.
Apologies, sir, but the atmospheric complex is on complete lockdown. No one's allowed in or out until the murder investigation's concluded.
Do you have any idea who I am? I could bury you under 6 tons of paperwork before you had the time to cry out for your supervisor.
I'm sure you could, but we fed our last box of grievance forms into the incinerator a few months ago. Is there anything I can do for you in the meantime?
I cannot believe this.
This is great, okay. First smoking tile over Wentworth. Oh my god. Choose with their mouth open. Oh, you must die. I'm surprised you're at level 30 though. Alright, okay.
You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen.
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
Yeah, you do. Oh, nice. I got a workbench. Oh, I do. I want to repair my stuff, don't I? No, not install mod. Repair. Yes, just repair everything that's equipped. 29 and 14. Yeah, I'll accept that. You know, I really should look to see what I'm wearing. I'll push a helmet. Skill bonus for lockpicking. Guns. Oh, I should have dumped off this stuff as well while I was there. Wow, I'm going to have to clear out a lot of this stuff. I'm disappointed by the selections here because they all do the same thing. Oh, no. They do largely the same thing. There's just Oh. Why do I keep expecting a jetpack sound? Oh well. Hold on. Can I use this? Ah. Stop that! Stop pushing me off. Stupid things. Right. Now. Can I use that to get somewhere else? No, I could have got up here another way anyway. Alright. And let's have a quick look at the map. Whoa, what is... Jeez, okay. Oh, there we go. I'm just on there. And... well... I guess those might be all of the things. Lots of junk to be sold. I guess I don't really need all this junk. But hey. Oh, Rizzle's Purple Berry Punch.
Any idea how many bits I've spent at the Grand Colonial? Is my patronage worth nothing to you?
Nope.
I'm sure you've spent a lot, sir, but unfortunately we can't make any exceptions.
Can't make any exceptions. In Byzantium, those words would be a criminal offense.
Shame we're not in Byzantium.
You still got the same stuff? Choose with your mouth open. God damn. Alright. Why were you looking down here? Were you hoping to steal those? Too late, I beat you to it. Alright.
Really, I do. You've got your job to do, and you'll get fired if you don't do it.
Thanks for the understanding.
I wasn't finished. Couldn't I just go out on a ship for a brief period? A handful of minutes, maybe? Just a quick trip to Byzantium so I can check on my stocks? I promise it won't take more than an hour.
Sir, for both our sakes, I'm just going to pretend like you didn't say anything.
You know, I really want you to be the killer now. Nice 30 cigarettes and a lighter. Oh, well, I don't know where this is going to take me, so let's use it. You two doing alright? Cool. Could I have just used the stairs to come down here? Awesome. Oh, hello Janitor Bot. I would have loved to... oh. Oh, that was red. Was I stealing there?
Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed.
Really?
You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Thank you.
Sublight Underground appreciates your patronage.
I'm not patronizing anything. I am... steal. No, I'm not going to steal.
Okay, going quiet.
I don't have enough to do pickpocketing. Alright. Ooh.
Oh my stars. This is the hotel? I only ever seen a place like this in periodicals.
Damn.
Or one episode of Agent Khan.
Wow, I'm impressed by the rings as well. They look nice. Well, be sure to pick up everything you can, people, because who knows when it will be a clue. And definitely not just because I want to pick up everything. I'm very tempted to throw myself to my death. Just to see what happens. Ah, my legs. Fortunately, I'm not playing this on... is it survival? A difficulty where you can get injuries. Is there a thing in this? I can't remember anymore. Hotel to pilot house discovered.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
Well, that's not a good thing to be saying. Nah, I don't need to steal anything right now. Shall I sell all my junk? I've got 15% discount because I'm with Cleo's. Alright, yeah, let's clear out my junk. There we go. I have a lot more space now. Hey, who are you?
Move along.
But you've got a name.
Move along.
I want to talk to you about your name. You never saw me take anything, did you? Oh, that's great. That's impressive. I like that. Simple, clean aesthetic. I've got passive regen as well. I'd forgotten about that. That is the thing. Hotel to distillation.
Rizzo's cares about the happiness of its family. Spacer's Choice can't say that.
Spacer's Choice can absolutely say that Rizzo's cares about the happiness of their family.
Happy customers are repeat customers.
I don't think there's anything exciting and new here. I was kind of hoping for it. Well, maybe there are a few new weapons, but we just haven't come across them yet. Wow. Something is going on here. Hi there.
I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
That's the sound of sprats. Unidentified rash detected. Oh, that ain't good. Yep, alright, you've got diseases.
Real pretty up here. Almost like they cut out a piece of Terra 2 and brought it up to the sky.
I mean,
It really is.
maybe they did.
I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop one's heart. Really? Considering the circumstances, that's the euphemism you decide
Yep,
to use?
that's great. Oh, they're not functional. Examine. Today's special, salt tuna filling a la Helen. Oh. Wow, that's alright, fine. Salad. Tropical salad with pea-free nuts and blue and purple berry glaze. Soup, zesty soup with bread and woolly butter. Mmm, zesty soup. Entree, braised whole kanet. Dessert, dark matter mock apple souffle. Oh, excuse me. That sounds pretty good. And cocktail, aerosol spritz. Spectrum vodka green. That was probably a tip I just stole, isn't it? Damn. Sorry. Hey.
I see the adjutant sent her own freelancer to mourn Helen's death.
Oh, is this the...
Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief.
Is that Black Hole Birdie? Or Black Hole whatever we heard before. Hey, you got something to say?
Oh, you're the inspector. Welcome. Has anyone helped you with your luggage yet?
Corpse of my enemies. Ooh, sun parlor. Alright, let's go in the sun parlor. Let's actually take a look at something. Rather than just wandering around looking at all this foliage. Oh, let's go inside and look at these foliage. That sounds like a good idea. Shears is probably a new weapon. I mean, if I was randomly guessing, I would say that possibly this is going to be a meeting place. What is this? I don't need to go around picking all this stuff up. I have more than enough stuff. But still I do it. Cool cleaner, blue water covering 422. Plus chlorine salt plus hydrogen 84. Ah. Team to resources set me up with a rather straightforward task. Slug has an automated mixture for the pool cleaner. If it's an automatic one, you'd think it wouldn't need to be manually cycled, but I suppose I should be careful at all. Instructions: make the chemicals by cycling each rat. Then use the console to create a compound once you have the desired combination. Not exactly a terraformer here. Not exactly building a terraformer here. But no matter how simple these things are, some people will still have problems. Good that I've been at this for as long as I have. Chemicals. Chlorosinol, red, 2. Uric acid, green, 2. Brominating oxalator, yellow, 3. Blue water coloring, 422. Blue, 4. Hydrogenating tea foam, orange, 5. Seems odd to see all these chemicals together. Putting some of these together would render that pool less habitable than some of the sulfur pits on Monarch. Perhaps that's why they decided to hire a professional. Beneath the entry there's a note in different handwriting. Any opportunistic freelancer that reads this should meet me in the hotel balcony. I have a business opportunity. Ooh. Okay. I'm an opportunistic freelancer. View VAT1 status. Brominating oxalator, blue water coloring, brominating. Okay, so we need to do that. I'm not going to mix the chemicals right now. Because I don't feel like just running around and... Level 33. Alright. Cool. What have we found here? New bridge? Yeah. Bridge to the wilderness. Board approved. Yeah. Alright. Oh my god. I can't get in there. I must get in there. Oh. Can I drop in from above? Aha! Yes. Because this game, multiple ways to do things. It's great. Hey, buddy. What have you got to say? Evan, remember, cast tonight. If you don't show, I'll set a raptors on loose in here with you. I'm kidding, but don't forget, you hear? I need help knocking B down a rung or 3. She has me running field reports for her all week. Oh, botanical operations building cards tonight. Fritz. There was no day-night cycle really in this before. Right. Hey there, you. Lockpicking, lockpicking. Oh, I wonder if I've got anything that can up my lockpicking. Oh, idiot. What skill is it? Stealth related. Alright. Yep, there we are. Can I not just double click to put it on? No? That's the other one. Alright, but now I can open this. 4. Alright, yeah. I've got more than enough things.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
I got some XP that I didn't really care about. I assume these will all become open when I go and do the actual starting mission-y bit. I'll find out who Halcyon Helen is. Because I really thought she was Ruth Bellamy. Automechanical deck. Oh my god, I'm not going to be here for very long. Those horrible robots that I, the person in this game, am scared of. Okay, nothing up there.
We don't toss troublemakers out of airlocks. We just throw them over the edge.
Cool. Oh, am I not? I thought I was scared of those. No, where is it? There we go. No. Yeah, robophobia. Phobic dexterity. Not dexterity. Alright, I don't know. You're weird. What have we found here? H2 orchards. Not quite. Alright, well, we'll go in the ordinary way through the door. Ammo, ammo. Three bits. No, let's not steal 3 bits. Oh, more machines. CNP. Nope, nothing there I need. Oh, we know our CNP. Yep. Alright, well, I'm just continuing to go around the outside. Oh, there's a ladder. Alright, back to the ladder. Nothing appears to be over there. Up we go.
Oh, this smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool.
You coming up? Okay, cool.
Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me neither.
Screen legend spotted en route. No. Oh, I thought you were going to be something useful. Hup. I don't know how we play this game. Oh, a tossball stick. Yep.
Excuse me. The pool plaza is currently closed to guests.
I'm not a guest. I'm an
Oh,
investigator.
you're that inspector.
Oh,
Right.
inspector.
Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
You can tell me about your stinky boss.
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
Alright, yeah. Why does it look all
Face
green?
me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
Yes. Alright, tell me about it.
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Something like this does sound off kilter.
Alright. You may want to visit the Sun Parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used.
I did.
Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there.
Well, I can't get there
now,
yet.
Anything else I can do for you?
Got some questions
So
about the
long
pool.
as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Well, I was gonna go in. Rizzo's hired someone. Yep.
Still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains. But that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting.
Why?
I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things.
No. Alright, that's everything for now.
Sounds good to me.
I'll be on my way. I want to look at this. What is wrong with you? You are dead. You got nothing on you. Are you that? No. Alright, I'm gonna walk into the water. I'm rather disappointed. Oh well. Well, that is obviously to disrupt the launch, rather than anything to do with the Halcyon Helen murder. Originally I was thinking, oh, maybe it's something, a way to, you know, dissolve a body, but no, does not seem that way. Alright, I don't want to transition that way. We'll find that route eventually. Oh. Who just leaves light ammo just lying around in the box there? Oh, who are you? You're just a hotel
I
guest.
can't believe Helen's gone. We're never gonna get a sequel to Terror on Monarch.
No, we're not. Oh my god, I got a t-shirt with Terror on Monarch on it. I should be wearing that to play. But no. Right. Am I in the same sort of place? No, I'm not. Aha! Botanical operations. I really should just stop running around picking everything up. Hello.
I'm pretty happy working for Slug. Mr. Kincannon treats us with respect.
Joint actuator. Ooh, the Dissident Queen. Oh, I hope this is another one like the thing on Gorgon, where there were lots of chapters spread around. Halcyon Helen commits regicide. Some hours had passed since Helen's entry into the dissident hideout. She had fought no small number of slugmen, destroying the abominations in singular fashion, and had met several employees from many corporations, each forcibly taken by the dissidents for use as test subjects. One such freed captive, who had called himself Hephaestus Harry, had accompanied her as she descended into the lair of the dissident queen. Helen had exchanged only a few words with him, and now would be able to exchange no others, as the man now lay in a bloody heap at the foot of the dissident queen, who, Helen now saw, was not a person, but a tremendous mutant slug. The dissidents who had apparently been guarding her were themselves quite dead, and lay in various stages of mastication throughout the room. The queen feasted on Harry's remains, but as Helen stepped forward, the monster wriggled around to face her. A true queen for a gang of parasites, Helen shouted. The dissident queen reared back, opening its mandibles wide, and gave an inhuman shriek that shook the very foundations of the base. Oh my god, I need to know more. I'm so glad I came down here. Nope, you're just a random weird card. Alright, don't worry. I'm just looking in the lockers to see if there's anything exciting. I am the investigator. Oh. A slug room key. Also requires slug room key. A slug employee schedule. And a crew C, Purpleberry Orchards and Connector Complex. Someone has scratched out a name and replaced it with Evan O'Connell's. Oh. Is Evan O'Connell the... Is Evan O'Connell the person who... the pool cleaner guy? Can I get through that gap? Yes! For no reward! What about this gap? Still no reward. Alright, that's fine. I like exploring things. Alright, where am I? So it almost did a complete circuit before I came back. Okay. Wait. Where am I? Yeah, I'm there. Right. So that way. Right. Am I heading the right direction for the Port Plaza? I can't tell. I must not be. It's not a real-time update. No, this is the Rizzo's. Is this the Purpleberry? Oh, alright, okay. You beat me. I've lost myself. Yeah, because you don't move. Or not enough for this, anyway.
Horrible. I can't believe someone so famous as Halcyon Helen could meet a fate like this.
It really is a terrible shame. I absolutely adored her cereals.
I almost can't imagine someone wretched enough to do such a thing. You don't think a dissident could be here?
Oh my god, no!
Get a hold of yourself. The administrator would never allow someone as dangerous as a dissident here. Eridanos is safe. This is all just a terrible coincidence.
Of course, you are absolutely right. I think the idea of a psychopath wandering among us is just making me nervous.
I'm standing right here, you know. Also, I don't think there is a psychopath wandering amongst you. I think the killing was done for a reason. That doesn't make it a psychopathic act. What are you? I don't know that I've encountered that animal. Now, I should really empty everything so I know when I've been in a place. Well, now, I'm no engineer, but I do play one on TV. Or rather, I have Parvati with me, who increases my engineering skill to some reasonable level, right? Yeah, see? 114. From 20. Nobody around. Pick the lock. Pick it all up. I don't know that holding the button down to pick everything up is quicker than just going and rapidly pressing it. Ooh, Sullivan! We've got a new mark today from the bellhops. Green ship. Crate is on the back wall. Jewelry box should be there. Just take the whole thing. Those folks are so rich they probably won't even notice it's missing. The fence in the warehouse should be buying. Make sure to keep the bellhops cut before you go spending. Alright, so there's a fence in a warehouse, and there's possible... it could be that box. But we'll look out. The fence in the warehouse. What is this? Oh, I have not been over here, I do not think. Nope. Race to spaceport discovered. Hi! You got anything?
We're the future of Sublight. Just you wait and see.
Yeah. I would like to have known more about Slug. But that... Operational... Oh! Contact Cedric. I don't know who Cedric is or why I would want to contact them, but I will be pressing that button in just a moment. Oh, you can't go all the way around there. But I can go on top because look at this. Conveniently placed. Nope. Come on. Ah. Oh, alright, fine. Shampoo bottle, you say? And I wish there was consequences for taking stuff sometimes. Like, oh no, we're gonna be overrun by mantoids later, and now we don't have the ammo. There's no response. I don't even know who you are. So, there we go. I presume you're somebody vitally important to this. Somebody who I can go over there and see. Or were you somebody I've already... Were you one of the people on the stuff? On the videophone earlier. And I just didn't take account of your name. Haha, we're back here at the pool. Alright, to the front. He said, running in entirely the wrong direction. Did I take those sprinting perks? I don't know. I could find out.
And I bet you believed Halcyon Helen's death was the worst part of all this.
Oh no.
You don't mean to tell me that it isn't. There's something
Delaying the spectrum, Brown.
I spent 6,000 bits on a new suit for the unveiling, but now that it's been postponed, I'll never get a chance to show it off.
My lord, that is a real tragedy.
Alright, okay, let's go find out about Halcyon Helen then. Rizzo's Morale Improvement Program. Don't be you, be better. Workplace morale. Malaise is moral bankruptcy. Or morale bankruptcy. Alright. Parvati, you are great.
Ooh, feels like I'm breathing rich people air.
It's really no better than...
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
Yeah, that would be a good one, but no, I think it is real. Otherwise, they wouldn't have hired the intrepid Alex Hawthorne. Captain Hawthorne. Why do I think Alex Hawthorne?
Does that mean Spencer Woolrich will get all her roles? I certainly hope not. That man doesn't even act as well as I do.
You really should have been a poor voice actor at that point, and somebody doing a horrible one just for the laughs. Hello.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous bodily injury adds up, I suppose.
You found the body? Yeah.
You didn't ask.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm sure you've got questions.
Yes. Let's start with suspects. Got
Everyone's
any ideas?
got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Alright. Did you see her?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh wait, You mean when she was still breathing?
Yeah, maybe I do mean that.
No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
That sounds like you do know. Inspectee confidentiality. But I think you're just itching to gossip.
Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my theories.
Cool.
The day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability, and didn't see her come back. A little on the suspicious side, I think.
What is the profit of profitability?
Especially strange, seeing how, as far as I was aware, the two didn't get on.
Cool. Why didn't they get along?
As far as I can recall, Helen dismissed the ladies' seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she didn't.
Oh.
The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think the profit was on her way out. Woman lost a ton of bits and is set to lose more.
Okay, so what's the difference? Is she here as a guest?
Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the gossip market.
You just... Alright.
I hope all that helped. I'd like to be as useful as I can in the investigation. I just didn't want to steer anyone the wrong way.
Well, maybe I can beat you up later to try and replicate the bruise patterns on her. See what I was going to find out. Yeah.
Sure, I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand?
You weren't eating the food, were you?
Before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Yeah, why would she have
Beats
gone
all
there?
hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling?
Did you kill her?
What? No. Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse.
I gotta ask the
I was
questions,
a shift all
man.
day. Besides, I loved Helen serials.
That doesn't matter.
Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
You know, there's a joke there about hot junk, but I'm not gonna make it.
What's on your mind?
Nothing, thanks. I'll see you later. I'll go look at the stuff in a minute.
Welcome to the Grand Colonial. Please make yourself at home.
I will do. Oh, whose office is this? Is this my office now? It definitely is. Alright, welcome to the Grand Colonial Concierge Terminal. Please do not store any insufficiently encrypted gossip on the Grand Colonial Concierge. Guest complaints. Good luck. From annoyed subject. This infernal racket. Do you like torturing me? Is that what this is? When I first learned I'd be just beneath the floor occupied by the Rangers, I was excited. As any tossball-loving halcyonite should be. What I did not anticipate is the degree to which these hullheads seem to enjoy prancing to and fro, pounding on their floor and my ceiling every hour of the architect-cursed day. Did they install a tossball? Oh, the architect is the grand design, yes. Did they install a tossball fifth court upstairs? A tossball fifth court. Okay, upstairs while I wasn't looking, or is this normal? And the worst of it is, it all sounds like one of them's decided to start imitating a woolly cow. Oh, give them it's a convincing facsimile, but it has no place in a hotel. And each bleat is so loud it shakes the glasses on my face. My god, that it must be loud. I demand a room change yesterday. For each additional hour after midnight today, I am not rehoped. I expect at least one employee to be fired. Jeez. From a concerned Byzantian. Subject, mechanical menace. To whatever member of the help it may concern. I've heard horrible clanking passing my room every night for the past 6 nights. Yesterday, I mustered up all my courage and sent a servant to look, and upon her return she said she'd seen what looked like an armed mechanical wandering by my room for the past 6 nights. She said it was something called a Burbage 3001, and said it was a serial star. Oh, okay. If this machine is a serial star, I must ask, why are you filming inside our rooms without paying us? We're not consenting to have our temporary property filmed. There is no doubt a contract for this. And if the machine is being allowed to wander without being filmed, then I want to be paid double. Do you have any idea how dangerous this thing could be? It could tread on my foot and ruin my aspirations to be a professional dancer. If I ever decide to have those aspirations, I urgently await a response. God damn. Okay, so more of those people. VIP guest list, please. Ruth Bellamy, aka Halcyon Hill. So, is she just called Halcyon Hill? I mean, if somebody told me Deadpool was dead, I would not suspect that Ryan Reynolds was dead. Well, alright. Spencer Woolrich and Black Hole Bertie Holcomb. Alright, request manifests. Halcyon Hill. Despite her celebrity status, the greater part of Halcyon Hill's requests have been fairly normal. Soap, shampoo, new towels, and so on. One exception is her unusual consumption of food and drink. I'm not one to judge about that sort of thing. Lord knows I've seen stranger proclivities from other guests, but she really does request a lot, and frequently. Listen to this. For lunch today, she ordered 6 Boston bean sandwiches, 2 purpleberry shakes, 2 purpleberry liqueurs, several retro rockets, and cigarettes enough to crush a teacup. Cane it. I wonder if she's planning a party, but the cleaning staff say that every time they've gone up, there's no sign of what she ordered. If Helen really does keep managing to go through all of what she's been ordering, she'll be considering quitting show business and enjoying the competitive consumption scene instead. So, she's feeding other people, but we don't know who. Probably people that she wouldn't want to be associated with. Like dissidents. That doesn't seem quite right now. Or it's Spencer. In the past 2 weeks, I've received 315 different service requests from Mr. Woolrich. These requests include, but are not limited to, his entire wardrobe from Terra Monarch, 413 separate different outfits, including a primal suit, 5 gallons of each colour of spectrum, except black, wants 50 gallons of black, teacup cleaners of various breeds, a plasma launcher, and, consisting of over 60% of all toaster requests, an upgraded room. Administrator Ludovich authorized him to move into the second largest room just to shut him the hell up. But Halcyon Helen got the biggest one, and of course Woolrich can't accept that he's been eclipsed. Got another room upgrade request as I was typing this. It's more than half of mine to send an exterminator to fumigate his room just so he can't request anything else for a while. Then he might come down and try to talk to me. I think I'd quite honestly rather be dead. I mean, he can get his new room now. And that could be a motive. I want the biggest room, so therefore I must kill you. And now for the request manifest from Holcomb, Black Hole, Bertie. Holcomb's requests have been about what you expect from a professional skullcracker. Toss balls, toss ball sticks, new clothes because he keeps, and I quote, accidentally tearing the shirts that are too small for my giant muscles. Funny how the rips I've seen look more like they've been made by hand. I've noticed he's asking for very little away in the effort accelerators or enhancers. No skin tough, no oxycomp, not even any dervish mist. Typical tossball players go through that filth like no one else. Maybe Helcom's trying to prove something to Helen. Whatever it is, I don't think it's going to work. Alright. Interesting. And here we have Borst. No, fast ration pills. Oh. No, you're empty. I've already emptied you. That is interesting. Oh, that's the grand ballroom. Nope, we're not going over there just yet. Is that you?
Black Hole Bertie's disappeared, you know. That poor fellow must be inconsolable.
Investigation in progress. Please enjoy the hotel's amenities. Are you waving at me?
Wow, the adjutant's own hired gun.
Yep, that's me. Hotel guest. Hotel guest. Hotel guest. Hotel guest. Hotel guest. Bellhop. Security. Dr. Goodnight. Constable Keen. We'll be back in a second. Aha! Alright. Okay, so we've got side entrances that I found.
Come on. Why is the lounge closed? I wanted brunch.
Oh, I mean, that is interesting to know. And there's upstairs. I'm not... yeah, alright, I'll look at the second floor in a minute.
Has inflicted severe emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade. I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
I mean, yeah, I heard somebody else saying that earlier. Oh, Dissident Queen, Chapter 2. Halcyon Helen encounters the Slug Man. Having fought their way past numerous bandit ambushes and hostile automechanicals, Halcyon Helen and Olympus Opal have found themselves at the gates of the dissident hideout. You're a fine partner. Easily better than my last, said Helen. But I dare say these fiends outrank your typical anti-establishment scum. Many of them were scientists before they deserted their corporations, whereupon they stole technology for their own nefarious purposes. I've seen the abominations, and they're more than a typical person can handle. You should return to your job and to the place where you're needed. Though I know my work was valuable, Opal said, I am pleased that I was promoted to assist you in your quest to rid the galaxy of those who would threaten the colony's productivity. Two of us together will, I believe, be twice as effective in eliminating the enemies of the board. Helen did not respond, but instead bid her companion be silent. We had just seen that the gates to the dissident hideout were no longer shut. Someone, or something, had opened them. Given that we don't hear about Opal again, I'm guessing you're dead. Hi, can I use this? I can. What if I want to talk to you first, though?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr.
Yes, I am.
Buchanan warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Who is Mr. Kincannon?
Why, you.
No. What?
Oh, Mr. Kincannon. He runs all sublight underground operations in the Eridanos atmospheric complex, including the Grand Colonial Hotel. But he keeps his office down in the warehouse district, near the docks. If you should require to meet with him in person, you're most likely to find him there.
All right, thanks.
While you're here, Inspector, could I set you up with a room?
Indeed you could.
For you? Only the best, ma'am, of course.
Third best.
You'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse suite, vacated just recently.
Oh my god, no, I'm getting the...
that, unfortunately, the room's still being cleaned. I'm sure it'll be ready for you by the time you've examined the crime scene. I believe Constable Keene should be waiting for you in the grand ballroom.
I'd rather you didn't clean the room so that I can look at and see what she's got, but alright.
Oh, the ballroom's right behind the tower elevators. Swing a left or a right, then cut through the crowd of spectators. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
The Grand Colonial front desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again.
I mean, I'm standing right in front of you.
How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
You got anything else to say? Yeah, the Grand Colonial sure is interesting.
It is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition.
It looks good.
Please, allow me to answer any
that.
curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Well, I mean, I will happily do that for you. Anything about the upper levels?
All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
Not to my health. Grrr. No one seems to talk much about the lower levels of the hotel.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area?
Me.
Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Arizo's plant, either.
can't lump yourself in with the other workers.
Oh no, Inspector, ma'am. I live down there too. But that doesn't mean I plan to abide in the bowels of the Grand Colonial forever.
Nobody
The
does.
best thing about Sublight compared to other organizations is the potential for upward mobility. We bottom rungers get in, do our job, do it well, then move up and on.
Oh,
this
nice.
is but one rung on the grand ladder of life. You see?
Okay. Tell me about the lower levels
Who would
again.
be interested in
Is there nothing interesting in the bottom half?
of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm
Oh.
sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own.
Oh, I will do then. Okay, that's enough about the
If
hotel.
you're sure.
Is my room ready?
Of course. Allow me to just pull up your info. It looks like you'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse
Yeah.
suite, vacated
That-
just recently. I'm sure.
It's still being cleaned. Alright. Thanks. But I want to talk to you
Grand
about the
Colonial-
actual
tell me-
guests as well, please.
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
I have worked in the hotel industry, and let me tell you, this is a reasonably good representation of what goes on. So yeah, tell me about Halcyon Helen first of all.
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed.
So she was touchable?
Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism.
Alright.
You know, I'm not...
Yeah, I know that. Was she closer with other people?
Everyone wanted to be around Helen. She could usually be seen alongside Bertie or Woolrich, for obvious reasons.
Alright, tell me about Black Hole Birdie then.
Ah, Bertie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Bertie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Okay. Interesting. Possible motive. Tell me about the co-star, Woolrich. Any reason to want her
If
dead?
looks
I mean,
could
lots.
kill,
Obviously,
he'd have put
co-star.
her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
Interesting. Alright. Tell me about the profit of profits, or whatever it was.
Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment, but everyone knows there's no bigger joke than the profit of profitability herself. Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolrich has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't waste your time.
Alright, okay. I see. I think that's enough for now. Yep.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
Hey, you're an interesting character. I don't know why, though. I'm a freelance captain, changing the colony, one high-stakes encounter at a time.
A dashing gunslinger type, then.
Yeah.
I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
Alright. You have piqued my interest, person. Halston. Because you wanted to know about me, and that's not a usual thing. I mean... Alright, and I'm using your terminal. Oh! I've got my penthouse key. Room not ready yet. Alright, okay. Well, I will get that eventually. That's House on Hell number 2. Oh. Why the hell I get back there? Not while you're looking. But nobody's looking over here, so I'll have the bit cartridges. Rizzo's Rangers. What is this? The head of Burbage 2000, torn from his body in the panorama act of Titus Andronicus. Why, foolish Burbage, dost thou not perceive that thou see in this world a wilderness of dissidents, and it is only through our citizens' vigilance. It's only through our citizens' vigilance. Man, doing the voice and that word at the same time. And it is only through our citizens' vigilance that we will be caught to report any and all suspicious behaviour to your local constable. I don't know why there's a... Oh, a bottle pistol. Alright. Adreno is a good thing to take. Nobody saw me. That's good. Hey, can I talk to you?
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
Oh, okay. No, I don't recognise your voice, but I'm glad to meet you in person. I've not been up in the elevators just yet.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm glad to meet you too. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
So you operate the elevator, right? I mean, I can understand why guests don't want to press the buttons themselves, because it's beneath you, which is just... Yeah.
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing shoulders with CEOs. It'd be anarchy. Plus,
Maybe.
There's always the risk a guest chips a nail or loses a ring on a button. It's an extra effort, but the Grand Colonial prides itself on personalized service in all things.
Wow.
That and the elevator still works if I'm ever not around. I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so often.
Cool. Okay. Do you know anything about the Halcyon Helen murders? Did you let people up and down from the suites?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator, as usual. The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through.
Right, but
For
who
what
did?
it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the guests don't run off.
No, I had not heard that. Have marauders been a problem for the Grand Central?
Well, not necessarily, but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they are. Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
I mean, we know what caused the marauders, so from the Gorgon DLC. It is... Oh, I was going to say Adreno time. I'm not sure which one I can't remember what it is, but it's something that we don't care about. Or a drug that I do not use anyway for this. So I assume the bellhops all know each other. Any gossip about Norville?
Oh yes, Norville's great. always ready to help any and all guests who might need it, and so handsome, too.
Really? Okay.
His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. A little beyond his station.
Still. Alright, interesting. Thanks very much. Can I? No, there is glass actually in there. I guess I can find my way up there somehow. That's the exit as well, right? Yep. Groovy. Okay. Well, I mean, I am thoroughly investigating this place before we get to the actual crime scene. A pooping hole? Well, not this. But, hey, ooh, cake of soap. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright. Hello. Nope, we're just hotel guests who are going to stand there mutely. Well, I'm taking your purple berry liqueur. Oh.
Hello there, my inordinately... Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much for brightening my day. Oh dear. I'm sorry, but you don't seem to have a registered room key. If you've lost your key, why don't you pay the hotel concierge a visit? I'm sure she can get you a new one. Then you can come back, and I'll service all of your vertical needs.
Cool. That's an interesting way of doing things, but yeah, I'll go with it.
Attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
We're the future of sublight. Just you wait and see.
Nah, and I don't want it to be a huge conspiracy thing.
You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen. You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich.
Wow, alright.
I did not read about this kind of treatment in the service agreement papers.
Oh, that's you downstairs. Ooh. Nobody's looking. Shh.
That was quick.
What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear. Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
Good. It sure would be a shame. I am, sorry. Didn't mean to disturb you.
Murder or no murder, it is my right to loiter on a bar stool. How else should I be expected to avoid my wife?
Well, very progressive of you to have a wife. Well, I mean, it's not progressive of you in particular.
Hello? Can't you let me in yet? I've been waiting almost 15 minutes.
You're Norville.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector.
Yeah, I'll go over there in just a second.
You've got some more questions about the crime scene?
Not right now. I just wanted to see if I could tell you that the operator thought you were handsome. Ah, employee level access keycard A.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
If you did, it would be worth a lot.
Didn't nobody teach him to respect the dead? Oh gosh, is that Miss Helen? Can we see?
Oh, Parvati, you are a delight. We're going to inspect the rest of the crime scene first of all, just to check there's nothing out of place over here. Oh, we've got a back exit. Alright, okay. Samples will be billed to your room. Alright, I don't have a room, but I am interested in picking up as much spectrum brown as I can. Yeah, okay. Sometimes the bloom on here means you can't see the... Oh, that doesn't actually have a blue outline. Alright. Halcyon Helen introduces Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Draft 3. I'm Halcyon Helen, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome so many important rich guests to the unveiling of, read the following in due significance, Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Thought Spectrum Black was the pinnacle of quality? Think again. Now your taste can reach new heights with the wonderful Spectrum Brown. Containing notes of look, list, whatever you want here. Just make it sound list. Look, list whatever you want here. Just make it sound good. Okay, Rizzo's has put utmost in quality into their new beverage. Brown also contains a special secret ingredient that can't be found in any other type of drink. Each refreshing sip will leave you feeling more ecstatic than before. It might have something to do with... It just might have something to do with that. What do we see here? There's a worm in the bottle. Okay. Flavor enchanting trifle at the bottom swamp. It might just have something to do with that flavor enhancing trifle at the bottom swamp. Thank you all for coming to this unveiling. Thank you to Rezos for allowing me to speak here, and remember, if it's brown, drink it down. If it's black, puke it on back. Maybe. Alright, well let's have a quick look, seeing as I've just picked up a bunch of brown. Ooh. Brown Vodka Blues. Strength +2, charm +2, base health +10, mind, dexterity down, and the vodka vow is mind attributes +1, temper +1, but base health down. Oh, so is it a is it a variable thing where it will do one of those two things when you do it? Interesting. Alright, okay. There doesn't appear to be anything else around on this crime scene. Okay, no, there's a locked door. Now this is just locked, it's not sealed, so I don't know what's going on there. Hi?
Oh, thank the law.
No, I'm not the law.
Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
I mean, you hired me, but they... No. Constable Keene, nice to meet you. We've spoken over the airwave.
Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
Ooh, is it the dead body? Is it the directions to the spa?
Are you talking about that program? What was it called? Perspiring your way to productivity? No, what I have is much more invigorating.
Then I'd love to know about the dead body.
A device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Oh, cool.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier.
Ooh.
Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological
Clues on nearby.
potential.
Equip the discrepancy. Oh, long guns and engineering. Looks like a scope modified with a computing device. Yeah, alright.
I work with the materials to which I have access. Halcyon has no shortage of rifles.
Nice.
Discrepancy amplifier
Long guns
uses
and
a
engineering.
model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of
magnification. Okay. So it's a magnifying glass.
Yes. It's a magnifying glass, but an extraordinarily powerful one. It looks through the glass of reality itself.
Awesome.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule.
How did you get those scars?
You'll
Sorry.
want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
I will do. Greetings, Inspector. Thanks to the half-genius, half-mad science mind of Dr. Goodnight, you've been granted the discrepancy amplifier, a handy investigation device for uncovering clues throughout that place that I have forgotten the name of how to pronounce already. Be sure to equip the discrepancy amplifier in a weapon slot before you continue your hunt for Helen's killer. Alright, okay. I will do that right now. What am I not going to want? I'm using that one. Yeah, alright, let's put you up there. DPS 30. Magazine size 15. Oh, it uses handguns. Alright. Designed by Dr. Goodnight. Well, okay. Designed by Dr. Goodnight, the discrepancy amplifier is an inductive reasoning simulator and computation device. Fine-tuned to pick up discrepancies from the Eridanos atmospheric complex. The device requires a strong magnetic field of Eridanos complex and cannot function elsewhere in the colony. Alright, okay. Cool. Alright. Before I do that... Oh, she's drinking Rizzo's Brown. She is a bit cartridge. I'm gonna take it.
Captain, please show a little respect.
You wanted to see her body. Here we are, scanning Eridanos. To catch Helen's killing, you need to discrepantly amplify a scope to reveal clues not visible to the naked eye. Once you've located some evidence, aim directly at it while zooming in with the scope, and press the interact button to analyze. Okay. Alright, how do I know? Oh, okay. Analyze those.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification?
You can talk? Well, let's go with the engineering stuff. I see you've been designed with a modular and electrical system. What else can you do? Thank you for that, Parvati.
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition, scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
Oh.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Yeah,
Please
thanks.
do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
This
Nice.
unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
Cool. Let's get started. Tell me about the discrepancy you found.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
I don't want to taste the dirt right now. The size of the footprints match anything you have on record. I mean, we compare the footprints to the bottom of Halcyon Helen's feet.
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is
No.
also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
Alright. Seeing some purple berry in the dirt. Amplifier? Analysis?
Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected. Purpleberry residue, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass.
So, that means the place.
Purpleberries can all be found in
Yep.
the Purpleberry Orchard.
Thank you. Purpleberry
located
Orchard.
not far from the Grand Colonial.
So Helen must have been in the orchards before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case.
Anybody
You'll
could have
need
used that
Administrator
machine to do
Ludovico
it.
to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Alright, okay. Is there anything else in this room? Is that you I'm analyzing, or is it the body? It must be the... No. Okay, analyze.
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product.
Oh, I didn't see that she had done a bee. Okay.
To spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
Was she trying to spell the name of her killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
And it could, yeah, I was going to say, it could stand for Brown. She could have been Black Hole Birdie. But we'll go Black Hole Birdie.
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
Anybody else here?
Accessing guest database B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001.
Oh, make a note of it for later.
This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved compliment. Splendid work, Inspector.
Thank you. Oh, I cannot see a bee. Oh, but I can see a bee when I do it like that. Ah. Alright. I'll talk to you in a minute. Hold on. I'm just looking around. Let's have a look up here. It doesn't look like anybody's done anything there. So, don't do it. I'm going to save it right here. Okay, because now what I'm going to do... Alright. There we go, yes. Alright, so it can be used as an actual weapon as well, and it's not some sort of... I don't know, investigatory gun, I don't know. Happy workers lead to happy customers. Damn, I didn't finish. We got anything over here? Doesn't look like it. I really want to do a murder mystery thing where the outcome changes every time. Nobody knows of any games like that. I would love to play them here. Find out what's going on. Alright. Let's put you away for right now. Some respect, please, Ellie. Alright, Commander.
Something I should know?
I wanted to ask you some questions. Yeah, we're working together. Tell me something about yourself.
I'm afraid I must decline. It isn't personal, Inspector. I'm just on duty right now. Talk to me later, after you've met with Administrator Ludovico. I'll make time to chat.
Cool. Alright. Then I'd like to ask you some questions.
Are you asking me these questions in an official capacity?
Yeah. Hoping I could talk to you informally. You're going to tell me this.
Gesture, Inspector,
yep,
but
okay.
I'm on duty. If you'd like to speak informally, you may visit my office during my scheduled socializing hours. Please,
cool.
Ask your questions.
Alright. Tell me who found the body.
Norval, head bellhop. He was understandably distraught. I believe his feelings were genuine. He's a remarkably poor actor. Hotel security corroborates his whereabouts during the murder. I haven't included him in my list of suspects, but neither am I convinced of his innocence.
Why? I don't know that I saw anything suspicious about him, but why do you say it?
I'm a little suspicious of anyone who enjoys his job as much as Norval.
Okay.
He's also obsessive in his appreciation of Helen's work.
Okay.
Obsessive passion can lead to irrational behavior. It's a fact of modern science.
Any witnesses?
If there were any witnesses, none came forward. Ballroom cameras were also offline at the time of the murder.
Oh, that is suspicious.
Was very particular about having cameras on her. Security footage would have constituted documentary filmmaking. Can't afford that.
No, I think that's because she was helping people. So no witnesses. What about the murder weapons? Yep.
There's no sign of the murder weapon. Whatever it was that killed Helen, the killer took it with them.
What did she die of?
I'm having trouble imagining exactly what it was that killed her.
Yeah. Was she armed?
Helen was known to carry her signature weapon, a bespoke handgun known as the Needler. There was no sign of any such weapon on her body.
Oh, if I was... I'm guessing it's not the Needler that killed her, but I'm going to guess that Norville took it. You rat bastard.
Spencer Woolrich and Bertie Holcomb are officially persons of interest in this investigation. I mostly ruled out Mr. Woolrich, using Bertie Holcomb as my lead suspect. Let me rephrase that. He's your lead suspect. I've been instructed to turn this case over to your capable hands, while I continue to serve as a consultant.
Alright. You sound a little relieved. Yeah.
Work is simple. People are complicated. The people involved in this murder are especially complicated. Mr. Woolrich was Halcyon Helen's professional rival. It's possible jealousy drove him to take Helen out of the picture. I apologize for the wordplay. Conversely, Mr. Bertie Holcomb was Helen's paramour. The relationship was reportedly
Paramour
dissolved.
is a very
I can't
good
rule out
word.
her
I
murder
like
as
that.
a crime of passion.
Word, but that doesn't make him a... No, they broke up. We know that, but...
Mr. Holcomb was in a romantic relationship with Helen. This alone is not enough to make him a lead suspect, but he does play tossball. Black Hole Birdie currently holds the record for most non-consecutive blows to the head. His tendency toward irrational and violent behavior is well documented.
Okay, and you mentioned ruling out. Why?
Woolrich thinks of himself as a serious and distinguished actor. He was frequently cast in demeaning
Nice
roles,
actor.
while Helen played the charismatic heroine. He has reason to be envious. I considered the possibility that Woolrich killed Helen in order to eliminate a rival and advance his own career. But my reasoning collapsed under closer scrutiny.
Because it's not going to be
Woolrich
done
owes his
now.
career to
Yeah.
Helen's dramas. Her death likely harms his long-term prospects. I'm struggling to determine a motivation for him, so I've largely ruled him out.
Alright, what else
Please,
you got to say?
Ask your questions.
Really?
Anything else?
More questions
You've
about
got
the
my
matter?
cooperation.
No, okay.
Anything else?
Alright, we're done for now then, thanks. You're not carrying anything, are
Put that
you?
away! You're making me nervous.
Oh, sorry. I was not aiming it as a weapon, but... Damn, I mean, you're going nervous so immediately. Alright, anyway, talk.
The Purpleberry Orchards. And a footprint. Inspector, that was absolutely marvelous. Beautifully deduced.
I
With the
didn't
help of my
deduce.
discrepancy
Yeah.
amplifier.
I mean, I worked
of
out it was the
course.
Purpleberry Orchards. I'd like a word with you.
Ah, I was waiting for this. Yes, of course. I'm only too eager to cooperate.
What killed her? What's the cause of death? But, yeah, we haven't been introduced yet. Please make your acquaintance.
Goodness, I must have died and ascended to the architect's plane. I never imagined I'd meet someone courteous and well-mannered in this hotel. I'd be more than happy to banter with you after I finish my autopsy. Until then, shall we talk about the body?
Why not during the autopsy? Hmm? No, okay. What have you got for me?
Our leading lady must have riled up someone. Her wounds from cranium to metatarsal are as follows. A blow to the head, severe enough to lacerate the flesh. Followed by a suite of plasma burns down the neck and back, signs of poisoning, evidence of inanition and desiccation, possible signs of jaundice, some shingles, one malformed toenail.
Wow. Stick to the cause of death. I mean, this is very Rasputin-esque. Make sure they die. And many different
I'll
reasons
just
as
strike
well.
out malformed toenail as a possible cause of death. The short version is this. Helen was killed by poison, a blow to the head, and a plasma weapon. Possibly more. I am, of course, at your service.
Tell me about the discrepancy
good.
amplifier. I mean,
One
yeah.
of my favorite subjects. Ask away, my dear. Ask away.
What happens if I break it?
I still have the blueprint and several extra prototypes floating around, but I might recommend you try to be careful with it.
Yeah, I'm
Some
kind
of
of
the
be.
amplifier's
but,
internal
you know,
components are rare, shall we say, and I don't have an indefinite supply.
are you telling me you made it with illegal tech, or tech from another company that you weren't supposed to have? So it's pretty powerful. Why are you trusting me?
Because you're the inspector. I should think that's rather obvious.
Alright. Yeah, but why not use it yourself?
I invented the discrepancy amplifier to assist me in my own medical work. When you were hired to investigate Helen's death, I realized I had my own part to play. I programmed the amplifier to assist you. I'm entrusting it to your care because I want to see my invention help a brilliant inspector solve the murder of the century.
I can't remember how high my int is, so you might not be talking to a brilliant inspector. You want to be known as the inventor who helped solve Helen's murder.
You don't miss a thing, do you, Inspector? I can see why the constable recommended hiring you. Think
Cool.
of the amplifier as my gift to you. May it avail you in the swift and efficient prosecution of justice.
What made you invent it?
I didn't expect an existentialist question so early today. It's
pretty late.
a need. Just as sprats feel they must breed, or canids feel they must brutally maul each other, I feel the need to create.
That's great. The amplifier's design is oddly bulky in places. It's like it's protecting something within. Come on, Parvati. You're giving me great insights today.
You're smarter than I look. Guess there's no shame in telling you exactly what it is you're using, seeing how you're so curious. As it so happened, my husband was mortally wounded in a marauder raid about a year ago. Wasn't
part
going
of
to
his
live more than
brain.
a few hours.
Oh my god.
I happened to have an excess of preservative fluids, a scanning device in need of a central processor, and a sudden burst of inspiration. A tragedy doesn't mean you can't be proactive.
Okay. Yeah.
Technically, it wasn't his whole brain, just a small cross-section, enough to operate the amplifier. But giving the amplifier to you is better than letting it rot in a closet somewhere.
True enough.
Besides, my husband was the prior constable. He would have wanted his brain used for the pursuit of justice.
Alright.
You sure you don't want to know anything else? Oh, alright. We can change the subject.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about you.
Oh, why, I'm flattered, Inspector. Let me think.
I need to
I've
know
worked
people
at the
I'm
Grand
working with.
Colonial for about as long as it's been around. Prior to that, I lived in Byzantium, but I always felt like it was missing something. And that something turned out to be corpses. Byzantium has much in the way of luxury, but examining the dead does not rank amongst the preferred activities of the elite.
Unsurprised. I mean, you sound like you enjoy doing your job.
Absolutely. Usually I'm just a medical practitioner, so I almost never get to deal with anything as unique, or as quiet, as a corpse. The most interesting thing I saw prior to this was the back of Mr. Woolrich's throat after he blew out his vocal cords shouting at an attendant. If I weren't here, I'd be back in my quarters, rewatching Byzantium in the spring, or working on my automatic sprat peeler.
Oh, sprat peeler. Alright, speaking of it.
Good. One of my favorite subjects. Ask away, my dear. Ask away.
Yeah, okay,
You sure
covered
you don't
all
want
that.
to know anything else? Oh, alright. We can change the subject.
Tell me if there's anything more.
I've worked at the Grand Colonial for about as long as it's been around.
Alright, yeah, no, I don't care. Thanks for your time.
Always a pleasure, Inspector.
We had our conversation. Alright. Right, I cannot see it. I have to. Anybody out here hiding anything? I want to go and talk to Norbert.
Awful. I left my favorite jacket in there.
Oh, did I check the locked door? I think I did check the locked door, didn't I? Yeah, because I want to know what's in there.
Get your damnable hair out of my face. I can't see the corpse.
Alright, before we go anywhere, let's have a look here. No, nothing there. Alright. I'm going to point this at you, I'm afraid. I think you
Finally
got
checked
some...
in, I see.
No, I haven't.
I hope you're fond of the penthouse. It's pretty much the best seat in the whole hotel. You shouldn't want for any amenity you might find elsewhere. Should act as a better headquarters for the investigation than any space dust covered ship. You ain't got room service on a ship. You ever need anything, come find me. Even if you don't, you can still swing by. I'm always happy to chat.
Did you... Alright, hold on. Let me go and check in, first of all. And then... Right, no. I mean, this is... I don't know if I need to wait until it says there are clues nearby, or... Oh, hello. No, wait a second. No, it doesn't look like there's anything.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Aha! Ooh, ooh. Nice.
Industrial grade laxative has been added to the liquor in these bottles.
Oh. Okay, we looked at that, but it doesn't provide. That is interesting. Right. No, it doesn't look like there's anything there. Alright. Industrial grade laxatives. Industrial grade liquor.
Oh, hello there. Nice to see you.
Got anything new?
Anything you'd like to discuss?
Not right now. What is that blue button? I mean, I don't expect it to be actually doing anything, but hey. Oh, and you've moved over. Hey, I want to talk to you.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
Can I have my card
I'd
now?
love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised
Oh,
exclusivity.
I'm asking.
If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. The only guess who have a problem with it would be the murderer.
That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice.
You get to fight
that
back.
has a nice ring to it. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. You can now come and go as you please.
Thank you. And is my room ready?
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you.
Beating that into
Simply
the floor.
Pull the elevator in the lobby, and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
I was hoping you could tell me some more about where it is. Ah, I've gone up a level. Alright.
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges in the orchards. The prize is supposed to be something valuable.
Oh, I would love to go and do the puzzle hedges. Alright, but let's up some skills here. Do I want to go pickpocket? No, I can't pickpocket. I can't. I don't think I really want. Nah, persuade. You are going up. I'm going to be the persuadiest person you have ever seen. Yep. Oh, nope. Accept. Yep, I'm fine with it. 10 points in persuade. I'm surprised Parvati adds to it. Let's do. Alright, and I've got a perk. Science weapons, damage out health. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a very good one for me because I have the not that gun, but the fast-firing rifle. So yeah, I'll take that. Do you have things? No. Alright, okay. Well, we're going to talk to you about the Needler. Do you have the Needler?
You've returned. Hope you're finding the hotel to your liking. Now, what can I lend a hand with?
Give me the Needler. Alright, yeah, I'm curious. How did you become a bellhop, first of all?
Notice my battle-hardened physique, have you? Used to be in a mighty mean line of work. Been shot at 35 times. That is, I've been near people who were shot at 35 times. But to be honest, I never really enjoyed it, you know? It's one thing to tightrope walk between life and death every day, but for just a handful of bits? Nah.
What were
When
you?
this position came up, I jumped on it and made a lateral move from sublight to slug.
Oh.
Ain't ever looked back.
Yeah, you got any good stories? No. How is it different?
Well, Slug is more trustworthy for one thing, where Sublight is all about back alleys and backstabbing. Slug can be trusted not to salvage your ship when you turn your head.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Do they not engage much? How'd you go?
Well, Slug is something like an offshoot of Sublight. It ain't too difficult to pivot from one part of the same company to another. Disconnects or no. That said, my departure may have been somewhat hasty.
So what happened?
Well, you could call it a small lapse in judgment.
You...
Basically, I singled out a ship to salvage that I thought had been out for use for years. As it turns out, it belonged to a wealthy Byzantine who used it only to vacation. As it so happened, I still don't think she tried to use it, too satisfied with the luxuries of Byzantium. Still, I figured it was a good time to turn tail, in case that ever changed.
Yeah, okay, I see. Great thing. You got any good stories?
Stories? Huh. Actually, I think I got a couple now that you mention it.
Cool.
Had a basket case visit from Fallbrook once. Almost took a swing at me when I tried to take his bag. Turned out to be full of live sprats. We charged him extra.
Got any more good stories?
Execs from Opposed Corps used to visit the hotel simultaneously. After assassination number 40, we enacted a rule. No exec visitation without signing a non-aggression contract.
Cool. What about the another story?
When I was first starting out here, I got lost in the lower levels of the Colonial. Just you not, I ran into a giant purple sprat. Of course, I'd been drinking a little that day.
No, I believe there'll be giant sprats down there. We've encountered quite a few.
There used to be a whole toss spell court on one of the planetoids, but they ripped it out. Bench clears are a tad too lethal when there's an endless drop on every side. Execs from Opposed Corps used to visit.
Yeah, we've heard that one.
When I was first starting out here, I got lost in the...
Heard that one.
Had a basket case visit.
Heard that one.
There used to be a whole...
Heard that one.
Execs from Opposed...
Heard that one. One more.
When I was first starting out here,
Last one.
There used to be a whole...
No, okay. Back to my other question instead. Did you know the victim?
Oh, of course. That is, maybe not on a personal level, but I'm one of her biggest fans. Even started an association of like-minded individuals. I'd lament not having anything to meet about anymore, but the newer tribe just ain't done it for us. Still, there goes my hopes of a Terran Monarch reunion episode.
Yeah, and as I've already said, I have my Terran Monarch t-shirt, so I can join your club. Were the newest serial episodes really that bad? I haven't watched any.
Of course. Budgets went up, but the writing quality chewed straight through the floorboards and free fell into Halcyon's son.
Okay.
I'm supposed to believe Helen would let the chief of the savages go free just since he was revealed to be her half-cousin? He's a dissident! You kill him! I, like most fans, reckon this series should go back to its roots. Another 200 episodes of the Origins plotline is what we really want.
I mean...
Oh, I'd lament...
No, okay, yeah, so back to my other questions. I don't want to depress you with those other answers. From what I've heard, your affections for Helen were somewhat... extreme?
I suppose you could call it that, but that don't mean I poked around her room or nothing while she was out. That'd be a huge breach of hotel policy. Besides, knowing Helen's athletic acumen, anyone who tried probably would have been found, beaten senseless, then hurled into the hallway, followed by the contents of a garbage bin. Probably, that is, it'd probably happen, but it didn't. I'm just theorizing.
Alright. So tell me about the crime scene and the needler that you stole.
Please do.
No? Ah. Yeah, you want to give any more details?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Alright.
Sure? What's on your mind?
I am going up to my room, thanks.
What floor would you like to visit?
I need to go to my penthouse first. Well, hang on, never mind. Let us look at quests. There we go. These red ones are the ones. The pool where Harold dwelt. Alright, investigate the pool. If clues are as prevalent as the pool's odor, it should be easy to spot the source of what happened. Oh, so I can do that with my thing. That's great. There is this employee general note opportunities. Freelancers speak with them on the balcony. Oh. That's the balcony on the outside on the lower bit. I was thinking like a high up balcony that you had to reach. But maybe not. I don't know. And there we go. We got some de-cleansing things. Productivity queen. Are those? No, that's just the symbol. Okay. Track down the profitability. You need to find and interrogate her regarding her involvement in Halcyon Helen's murder. Profit runs her seminar retreat out of the extreme productivity camp deep in the Wilderness Exploration Reserve. Speak with the administrator. Yep, okay. He discovered the black hole buddy may have wanted to kill Halcyon Helen. Investigate what he was doing at the time of the murder. Alright, we can do all of those things. Alright, and that is... Okay, yeah, those are the other ones. So, for right now, let's go up to the penthouse. Take me to the penthouse suite. I want to see what I'm living in.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Happy customers are repeat customers. I finally read all of that stuff. Alright. Wow. Everybody's up here. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, let's put that away. Because I suspect there'll be some clues around here. Alright. Hey Ellie, you got anything to say?
I call the big bed. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards.
Nope, the bed is mine. You cannot have it. Wait,
You think they'll let us expense the booze?
so I can't actually talk to
I'm
you.
gonna nick a few towels. They won't notice.
Alright, I don't want to do that just yet. Oh, is this all Halcyon Helen's stuff? I assume it is, but look at all of these things. Hey Parvati.
Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
No.
Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture.
Awesome.
I do love all the wall space. So much room for trophies.
Yeah.
You think they'd object to me setting up a tanning station here?
Yep, probably. Oh, join us for the Profit of Profitability seminar. You've got this in your room? In Halcyon Helen's room? Ah. The number of cigarettes indicate the smoker's life is uninsured by approximately 11.2 years. There's got to be multiples. No? Okay. Hey.
Pigsty. Slovenly. These premises are unsuitably disordered.
Yeah, I understand that.
When it comes to on-the-go cleanliness, Sam Unit murder the competition.
Alright, well, let's go through this door. Purple berry? No, pick up rum and something. Pick up spatial acuity census apparatus. What is that? There we are. Skill bonus +1 perception. Interact will range most extra hex damage. What's my Alright, maybe. And what's my summary? Yeah, see, I'm just of average intelligence. That was something. Oh, and everybody here's got things they can level up with, apart from Ellie and Parvati. Alright, No prizes for guessing who I have been using a lot. Or includes a speaker that would admit, look at that! Now decibel. This feature has been disabled. Alright, let's compare. Oh, you are so much more armory. So Rangers tosses. Light armor. I don't know whether I'm going to be using that or not. Oh, a dark Malabar. Boss worst. Lemon slap. Cigarette lighter is junk. Spectrum brown. Purple berry munch. Knock you out. Pair cartridges. Ooh. Examine. Notice is attached to an object, peripheral, personnel belonging to the exceeds or otherwise violates hotel regulations. Leaving this object on the hotel premises will result in 500 feet per day of unlawful storage. At your earliest convenience, please remove the object, peripheral, this personal belonging, and pay any outstanding fees. That is great. I love that. Oh, sorry, tinker. That's what I wanted to look at. I want to see if I can tinker with these things. Alright, okay, cool. I really wish the tinker system was different. Because if you have a weapon from level 1 and you want to tinker it all the way up to level 50 or whatever, the costs go up each time you tinker. They don't go up each time that you upgrade it. So going from 49 to 50 is the same as going from 1 to 2 if you have not upgraded it before. It should be based on what you're going to, not what you happen to be, the number of times you happen to have upgraded it. Just... Alright, okay. I'll come back to breaking you down in a bit. Oh, is this my murder board? I would love it if it was. Yeah, look at this. This board is covered with a loose collection of photographs and papers. Examine the board more closely. There's overside a stack of clean papers. It looks like someone intended to write something. Never got started. Okay. So that is presumably what they started on. Alright, okay. Hey, Felix.
Is this how people in Byzantium live all the time?
We're not in Byzantium.
This room ain't so bad. I could get used to this. So this is what a clean room smells like.
Yep. Alright, so where's Vicar Max? Oh, let's go in this room first of all. Whoa!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Thank you. What do we got here? Energy cells, ammo, okay. Drino. Okay. Lots of stuff. Oh, you got wigs. Alright. No, not gonna sleep. Alright, I'm running away. I'm going back in. Are you gonna tell me again? You're not. Okay. I will have to look in a little bit then. Okay.
Helen.
Here we go.
Where did we go wrong? Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for...
Oh, it sounds like a confession, but it's not.
Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, we've got mag pick, bypass shunt. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Fast rationing pills. Oh! Necklace. Level head. Weapon parts seems a weird thing. Doesn't look like there's anything in here, but you. Skin tap self. Ah, interesting. Were you packing up to leave? Is that what we're getting here?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Okay. Yep. What is all this stuff? It's all our clothes. Were they searching her for something?
The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Is that it? Okay, so she wasn't carrying it when she was murdered. That's interesting. Let's look at the terminal. Welcome R. Bellamy. At least the terminal calls her by her proper name. Okay, tell me about guest advisories. Please select an option. Your safety is your responsibility. Oh god. In light of the recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon, we at the Grand Colonial have doubled the number of armed guards for a small security surcharge. Surcharge non-refundable. Grand Colonial is not responsible for death or dismemberment that occurs off hotel grounds. Oh, good. Alright, tell me about messages. Okay, Administrator, Profitability, and King Cannon. Let's start with the Administrator. To Ruth Bellamy. Subject, grateful. Dear... Oh, Ms. H. Helen. But she's Ruth Bellamy, and now... Oh, okay. Thank you for choosing the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex as the site of your next publicity and marketing campaign. By endorsing Spectrum Brown product, you are allying yourself with the revolution in the leisure beverage market. Indeed, in the culture of Halcyon itself. We're going to change the world together. Sincerely, Quentin Ludovico. From Profitability P. Oh, subject disappointed. Helen, I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. Are we not both branches of the same tree of privilege? You command audiences with your muscly performances on the Aether Wave. I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with a responsibility to set a good example. I'm disappointed to discover that you've berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take particular umbrage in your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project, how to motivate your workforce using ancient weaponry, and as a, and I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. These are fighting words. Expect to hear from my personal auditor soon. Sincerely, Profitability, P.O. Money can't buy happiness. And other lies we tell ourselves. A new seminar on the profit of profitability. Coming soon. Okay, S. King Cannon. Free advice. From Cedric Kincannon. Ms. Bellamy, you're a talented actor. I enjoyed all the roles across the years. I'm especially fond of your performance in Terror on Monarch. Yudovich doesn't appreciate your serials. Maybe that's why he never knows when he's being played. He thinks you're here to endure Spectrum Brown. Your performance has him fooled. I have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Best, Cedric. Interesting. Oh, okay. Nothing else. So we're going to have to talk to you about that. You have your wigs. No. Alright, so now we'll go down. See what's down here. Okay, you're gonna spend all your time staring at a stained glass window?
Eridanos is a technological marvel, and they use it as a tourist destination to sell sweets and alcohol. When I joined your crew, I figured I was giving up any hope of ever staying in a place like this.
Why? Don't you know I'm the best of the best? I was trying to work for the board, I think, in this playthrough. Alright, we got anything else? No, okay, it's just a blank note, but still. It's interesting that I didn't add anything else here. Alright, onwards. Done that, time to contact the administrator.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime.
Yes, I have.
Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
If you slap or order hard enough with an egg, you can kill him and have a delicious breakfast all in one. Yes, well, I've just noticed that comment, and I don't think so. Unless it's a hard-boiled egg. Because otherwise it's going to be all runny and uncooked. I mean, I like me a nice boiled egg, but no, they got to have some degree of cooked to them before you eat them. Alright, Halcyon Helen was important cultural sorely miss. Don't know why you hired me, I'm usually causing murders, not solving them. You mean Ruth Bellamy? Halcyon Helen was just a character. Yeah.
Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
Not really. I mean, you can have morbid curiosity for people drinking that. Any publicity is good plus. Just turn it into an ad. Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Yeah, I like that.
Stop. Please warn me before you provide me with unsolicited ideas. There are waivers you need to sign.
I'd forgotten the corporate culture here.
Tell me about your investigation.
I've got a lead. I can't tell you why, but I need access to the orchards.
Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
My money's on both. So he locks the door at the moment.
I agree with the sentiment behind
That's
your
not
snide
suspicious
remark.
at all.
Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
I'll be back. Alright.
Inspector?
I just basically wanted to see if you had anything else to say there. Apparently not. Alright. Let's head down to an orchard. Oh.
Hi there, Inspector.
Oh, hold on.
It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking?
Yeah, I didn't even know they made hotel rooms this large. It was great.
Good. I'm glad. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Well, just 1 second. Exit the Grand Colonial. Oh, you can take me straight outside, can you? Alright, hold on 1 second. I wanted to have a look at my journal and see if there was something about the Needler. Or is it a weapon from the void that you can acquire? No? No, speak to the mysterious note writer. Track down the prophet. No, okay. Alright, interesting. And what's the codex? Oh, okay, it's giving me more logs. Fine. Let's just clear those out while I'm right here. Alright, down we go.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Let's go to the lobby.
To the lobby we go.
Yeah, we're taking those two. Halcyon Helen dead. Who will be the Rizzo's next spokesperson? Alright, wow. Alright, clean that up. Let's talk to you.
Returned. Hope you're finding the hotel to your liking.
It's not bad.
Now, what can I lend a hand with?
Nope. You got nothing else? Fine. I thought you might have been up there just... No? Okay, so I've been to speak to Ludovich or whatever. So now I can talk to you.
Oh, Inspector, I was hoping I could have a word with you.
Cool.
I wanted to thank you for cooperating with us. Helen's death was never your concern, but you agreed to help us all the same. It is appreciated.
Good. Thank me when the job's done.
Everyone's
Hard-bitten
hoping you'll bring
adventurers.
Helen's killer to justice. Maybe they think life can go back to the way it
I
was.
don't know I can do
I'm not so
justice.
sure. Helen was a beloved icon. Even if I could investigate her murder, I can't possibly bring her back to life.
You say you can't investigate a murder. Is someone getting in your way? That's interesting. Yeah.
I couldn't investigate Helen's death even if I wanted to. My office is occupied with matters concerning Spectrum Brown. This directive is mandated and takes priority over Helen's death. I'm not at
Ooh.
liberty to discuss the details, Inspector. Rizzo's prides itself on ironclad confidentiality agreements.
Come on, at least tell me who gave you that order. That'd be great.
You're a persuasive person, Inspector. Addressing me by my first name is an effective way to establish rapport. I'll tell you this much. This directive is part of my indenturement contract. I've been hired to oversee the safe launch of Spectrum Brown. That duty is my highest priority.
Alright. Alright, figured out.
Not a problem at all. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah. I didn't know you were a fan.
Most people don't know that about me. But yes, Helen's roles have always embodied values that I respect. Courage, curiosity, strength, a sense of style. None of us get to choose the way in which we serve our colony, but Helen? She showed me how to find meaning in my occupation.
You'd rather be doing a different job. Okay. You seem pretty confident. Is there a reason you're not heading this investigation, apart from, you know, all the mandated reasons that you've already told me?
This is a problem of jurisdiction, not competence. Helen was murdered in a hotel owned by Slug, whereas I represent Rizzo's. I'm also concerned I'd allow my personal feelings to cloud my judgment. I was a great admirer of Helen.
Talk to you later, Constable.
Best of luck, Inspector.
Alright, now let me try talking to you again.
Good to see you, Inspector. What's on your mind?
Okay, you've got
Best
nothing
of
else to
luck,
say.
Inspector.
Fine. Hey, Doc, you got anything to say?
Good to see you, Inspector. I hope you're putting the amplifier to use.
Yeah. You got nothing to say? Alright. Okay, ooh. How the hell did I miss this before? Was it just locked? Yes, it was, because this one was locked as well. Alright, okay. What? I have no idea what the hell that one is. Alright, okay.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
So I was right. Ah, that's the sound of you going up and down. And that's the closer you get, the more it is. Okay, fine. Purple berry joke, purple berry punch, rum and summon. Hey there, chef.
Terribly sorry, but I can't chat just now. Someone on the second VIP level just ordered 15 canid meat pies, and if I don't get to it now, it'll be my head.
I'm an inspector, and I've got some questions for Halcyon Helen's murders.
I understand your devotion to your job, really I do. And I hope you'll understand mine. Things might change if you had something very particular to talk to me about, but I'm afraid I'm just too busy to talk right now. I'd be delighted to chat with you later.
Alright, so come back when I have a specific clue to talk to you about. Talaritos. Tobacco corn chips in a variety of flavors, from plain to habanero rockets. Alright. Ooh. I want to see you explode again. You're going to do that if I do this? No, alright. Okay, that appears to be the only bit. But this is probably... What am I looking at? A dirty pan. Somebody cooked up some rissos that was a laxative?
Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%.
Ah. Turn the stove on.
Searching slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees.
Is that normal?
Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are shirking their duties. For shame.
I don't want to turn it on. If I do this, can I look at it again? No, I can't. Alright. I can tell you about it.
I'm so behind. I'm sorry, I still can't talk idly right now. Come back if you have something very important you need to discuss.
I do. The grease build-up on here. I really should have turned that on while I had the chance. Well, never mind. I can come back and do it another time. What is out of order? Workplace injuries affect our bottom line. Notice, the Grand Colonia Hotel service elevator is out of order and will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from the employee quarters until further notice. Additional donuts will be dispensed for those whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing this impeccable service our hotel is known for. Oh, okay. Hello.
Are you enjoying the amenities?
Yeah, these amenities right here are great. Oh, more spats. I don't really want to steal those things right now. Way out? Yeah, oh, and it even says exit. I just saw. Alright, and now way in.
Something mighty strange went on earlier.
What happened? Norval get his cap stuck in the toilet again?
Not today. I was carrying a bag up to the second VIP guest floor earlier. Even for our guests, it was spectacularly heavy.
Wow, exciting.
I wasn't finished. I took a bad step and dropped it. Know what spilled out? Rocks. Whoever owned it was just making me carry it around for fun.
I thought it was going to be an important clue to the thing, to the mystery, but no, it was just people being dickbags.
Soon, Inspector. I don't want to see the Grand Colonial shut down.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. We don't serve any drinks with those tiny umbrellas.
I never asked, but thanks. That is exactly what I would have liked. Congratulations, employee and/or addressee. You have been awarded one free tour of Rizzo's distillation and libation station as a reward for logging at least 10,000 hours of service to the Rizzo's family. As you take your first sip of your choice of Rizzo Spectrum vodka, remember to take a moment to experience gratitude. Oh, this is Birdie the Black Hole, and it's been signed. Oh, nice. Employee Titus Androidicus, here we are. Burbage 2000 and Burbage 3000. Oh, it's a shame that 2000 is dead. The Purpleberry Orchards will be going there soon enough. I mean, I'm not going to pick anything up here.
You hear about the murder?
How the hell could I not have heard about it? We couldn't even leave our rooms earlier while security was sweeping for evidence.
Well, what? The same one, just the other side of the elevator.
Wow, I haven't felt this great in ages. I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the amenities?
Is somebody spiking your guys' stuff with Purpleberry? Sorry, with Spectrum Brown. I don't care about the ammo. What is going on here? What is floating in the toilets? Out of order notice. Please excuse our mess. We're working hard to remove all the valuable treasures our valued guests have misplaced into our pipes. Per usual, items recovered from the sewage inhaler will be auctioned off at the start of the month to the employees of the Grand Colonial Hotel. Note that sanitation materials will be auctioned off as well. Happy hunting. So anything you flush into one. I'm sorry that you lost that thing that I really wanted, but you know. Yeah. It's got to be the giant purple sprat. Let's go take a look. Let's go hunting.
Get anything good for lunch?
Pea-free nut butter and jelly-free jam on premature bread. Tastes like nothing.
Looks like you win this round. I couldn't afford lunch, so I caught a sprat lurking around crew quarters. Bony, but it's something.
It's probably better for you than the stuff that they have. No, okay, missed that one.
I was a few minutes late with room service earlier today. Guest I was trying to serve shot at me with a revolver. I left the drink and ran.
Damn.
Oh, something like that happened to me once. Hammersmith exec called me up to her room, saying she needed help with something.
Yeah?
Turned out what she needed help with was testing a new Hammersmith heavy machine gun. She technically shot around me instead of at me, but it was still pretty surprising.
Damn. What have we got in here? You coming in? Because I really want to steal everything in this room. Ooh, that's a new container. Ah, and I need. Oh no, I've got one. That's fine. Alright, we'll open this one first of all. Oh, room key card. Alright. And then over to the. Oh, I didn't drop these off anywhere, did I? Stealth skills, stealth skills. Yep. 4 seconds. I have to wait 4 whole seconds.
Done.
Oh, yay! It's you. I was hoping it would be. Hi.
Me oh my, how exciting to see you again. This truly has been a day to end all days. I could die happy. Anything you'd like to discuss?
You seem remarkably happy for, I don't know, not right now, but hey. You seem remarkably happy for somebody in this position. I'm wondering whether you've been dragged.
Living down here like sprats on a wall.
Okay, you are going to attack us. Alright, so let's get... There we go, that's what I want. Do you not get hit by the explode? Okay, there we go. Cool. We done with sprats? Alright, okay, groovy. I'm sorry if I, you know... Okay, 1, 2... Sorry if I'm stopping your, lunch, but hey. That's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, so we've got... Let's go in here. Okay, well you guys aren't going to attack me, so that's alright. Interesting. Nothing I particularly want, but you know, stuff that I could always do with to sell. Is this a thing? No, that's not a thing. Alright. Then just you. Oh. My hacking skill is far too low, and I don't have anywhere near the gear to deal with that, so we'll have to leave that one. Alright, A1. Use bits? Pilot countries can see ideas of Hassan Helen sidekicks who were killed, mortally wounded, melted, torn to ribbons, decapitated, or turned into mechanicals in the line of duty. Not otherwise identified first order. So Dim, Elipse, Opal, Terra 2 Terry, Sparks, The Wonder Canid, Burbages 19 through 1999, or 1900 I should have said, but Vanderhood, Eridanos, inconsequential groundskeeper maintenance worker 13V9, Caleb Bison, the broker with 4 broken limbs. Oh, Bison, the broker with 4 broken limbs, Halifax. The entire 26th season of the Tarwaggers, IDs black and beyond individual recognition. Stakeout Steve, Dirk Tentley. So somebody is a Sophia fan and either faked these up themselves. Oh, that's not the real Needler, is it? That's what it looks like, is it? Man, if I was a handguns user, that would be great. Oh, and Ruth. No, Halcyon Helen. I have. As I have said, I have a t-shirt of this, but mine is the faded version you get from the loading screens. Hey there, employee of this hotel. I am stealing all of your stuff. The spectacularly and thrilling and great adventures of Alan Norton and Halcyon Helen. Oh my god. Fanfiction. Chapter 45 of 137. And because the ever resolute Lord Bellhop Alan Norville had fought, it's Norville. Alan had brought his automatic Space's Choice auto pistol, now with added explosive ammo, which he held in his big, muscular hands. The gigantic horde of rabid coyotes was all dead. Halcyon Helen looked looking very beautiful as always, with her beautiful eyes and lips and nice shoes. She quickly grabbed Lord Philip Alan's Norville's hand. Oh, thank you so much, Alan, she said. She sighed slowly, batting her beautiful eyes as she looked at him also slowly. You are the best partner I've ever teamed up with. You are so big and strong and good at shooting. I wish I had you with me from day one. Then maybe I would not have had so many dead sidekicks. It ain't no big deal, Purpleberry Cakes, chuckled Lord Bellhop Alan Norville, as he took a puff from his cigarette and blew the smoke from the barrel of his Space's Choice auto pistol at the same time. I'm just a wandering assassin. Being good at shooting stuff is only because I am part of my job. It's only because I am part of my job. Ah, that's weird. Alright. Yes, you are, and you are so handsome, sighed the beautiful Helen. Thank you, chuckled Lord Bellhop Alan Norbury. Just then they started to go for a kiss, but wait! Just as the romance was about to end, suddenly a hand grabbed on Elaine's legs. Helen screams. It is me, the Dissonant Lord. I am here to get you and take your bits and give them to everybody else for free, screams the Dissonant Lord as the villain began to crawl out of the dirt. His zombie army was also crawling to the surface behind him as well. I guess there's only one thing to do, sneered the heroic Lord Bellhop, as he took a big Hammersmith flamethrower out of his back pocket. They had been keeping secret for just this occasion. Time to make some dissident sticks. Wow, Norville. I mean, alright. A2, keycard required. Oh, are you? Nope, you are not.
In room A3. Please. Someone come help me.
I mean, I will do. Is that... Oh, there's a chance. Are you? No, you're not red. Alright, okay. I would love to. I'm not sure how I get in there right now. Maybe I can get in there from here? Split nearby bus. Okay, I'll take all of those. Maybe I can get to A3 from the back. I mean, I certainly couldn't blow it open right now. Alright, no. I'm going all the way back and working my way across. Oh, I can sleep down here. I don't really want to. I have the keycard, so let's open it. Hello. I don't know what yellow means. I have left thunderclap. And some... This is where there's... Wow. Spectrum brown. The wall panel has been removed. Judging by the scratch marks on the sides and the blowtorch abandoned on the floor, its removal does not call for company guidelines. Yep. I'll agree with that. Oh, so if I had not opened that other one, I could have got into it anyway. Alright, I'm just going to leave you alone. Hey! Oh no. You died before I could get here to help you. Ooh. Man, the burst ambulation cap is pretty cool. I'm sorry.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me.
I was coming.
I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Oh. Are you the service request? To my concern, please consider this as a service request to fix A3's faulty door. I deeply apologise for not following proper protocols with this informal request, but my terminal is broken. Too broken to submit a service request form to fix it. Normally would never thumb my nose at our standard operating procedure, but I've been stuck in my room for several days now. I believe I will likely starve to death quite soon. Well, I hope to hear from someone soon in regards to my processing this urgent request. Thank you. Oh. So sad. Who has half-eaten you, though? Trace amounts of rat saliva on the current forearm indicate the starving behold for the starving creature with her flesh. It's a shame she was unwilling to eat herself first. So she cut off her own arm to lure a sprat in here to eat. But she still died. Damn. Okay, that one can be opened, but let's finish the corridor first of all. Did I look at B2? Yeah, I did. Alright. What's going on in here? Oh, frozen.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, well. Then I guess I will have a look in here in just a second. Oh my goodness. You have loads of stuff. Are you the fence?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
The fabulous Bertie in the black hole. Alright, okay. Cool. And what have you got here? Examine. I have eaten the purple berry which was in the fridge, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. They were awful.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Right, where? Are we talking about on the other side of this wall? Oh, is it up there in the ceiling?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
those slippers, no?
Timeline discrepancy.
Ah, okay, because of those? The dinners?
This collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial and must have been brought in from outside.
Yeah, this is a...
was transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
Ah, okay. Yeah, this is probably our warehouse guy. Alright. Oh, nice. Now that I've broken into your room, let me steal everything. Onwards to solve the murder. Well, actually, back down the corridor to here first of all, and then along. Are you killing? No, you're not a killing thing.
Ooh, what'd you find?
Oh, Ellie. I just pressed A repeatedly. No, E. Okay, C2 is barred. Okay, so that's opening from the other side. It's probably where... Yep, groovy. Good with that. It's the giant purple sprat, even though that's not purple, but that's the what the Norville was talking about. Okay, you go through to the other side, so we'll come back to you in a second. I mean, I'm surprised somebody with a tossball stick there doesn't have the stuff going on. Alright, I'll steal the championship. Doesn't have black birdies, black hole birdies thing. Autograph, that's the word I'm looking for. Steal some weapon parts. Get ready with my repeater rifle-y thing. Sprats of unusual size. Yep, that's the same one as usual. Hey there. Yeah, would you like to be shot in the head? How about you not... Oh, dead. Oh, did I get hit by... Yeah, we're fine. Sort of unusual sprat hide, cigarette lighter, necklace, jaw drink, tossball, maggot array, ammo, and adrenal time. Oh, I missed something. There we go, bypass shot. Never know when that might come in handy. The Vermin 2, Fun Barrel Bit Cartridge, Bellhop, Dervish Mist, weapon parts, hotel guest. Oh no. Bypass shunt, Adreno, weapon parts, necklaces. Ooh, Grand Colonial Hotel uniform, you say? Alright, well, we'll take a look at some of that stuff. No, examine here. To whom it may or may not concern. Engineer's final note. I don't understand why I deserve to be terminated. I was your engineer. I fixed things. Your time clock was malfunctioning. You were logging 1 hour for every 10 I put in. How is that fair? And yeah, I admit, I wanted that free tour of the distillery. I put in my 10,000 hours and I deserve to wipe my throat with a little Spectrum Violet. I didn't know accepting that free tour meant I'd join the Rizzo's family. You know I can't read the fine print ever since that welding accident. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Now, catch a freighter back to the groundbreaker? Sublight won't pick me up. So I guess that means I'm going to talk to Mr. Ludovico, hat in hand, and beg him to employ me. Sorry, I take that back. I won't have my hat in my hand. I turned that in with the rest of my personals. It was a stupid hat anyway. Mods. Well, everything but that one. I mean, I've got that weird thing here. You're yellow. I don't know why. You don't appear to be a thing, but I'm going to shoot you. You dead? No. Now you are.
Mess with us.
To Rizzo's. Oh! Of course, that's the worm at the bottom of the bottle. Yes, I am smart. The bellhop game going. I am so smart I just noticed that message. It is going well, but I'm going to load it. Because I don't want to kill that parasite from the bottom of the bottle. I'd rather drink mine. Oh, I missed this. Dear Diary, my new living quarters are real swell, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting to sleep every night. Management kindly offered to board me up in the hallway while they commandeered my room for the Spectrum launch storage. Since then, I swear I've been seeing things. Now I'm sure it's due to lack of sleep on my account of that damn leaky pipe above my head, but last night I saw something like a giant worm slither past me. Now don't get me wrong, I'm entirely grateful over all the space I now have, but I have to find a way to get some rest before I go completely mad. Well, I'm trying desperately to... Well, I'm not trying desperately to solve this murder at all. I'm just wandering around and experiencing everything and stealing everything that is not tied down. But now, finally, maybe I will go outside and vaguely work my way towards solving the murder. But probably not. I don't think there was anything else in here that I wanted to look at. Well, let's see. Now I've got my clue detecto gun that they give you here. Maybe I'll find a clue around here somewhere. No? I'm listening for the noises. Oh no, that's... can't steal that. Have I been in here? I don't think I have. I can't have done, because there's stuff here that I haven't stolen. Discrepancy amplifier replacements. Oh, this is... that is the clue gun. These are replacement orders of discrepancy amplifier. Discrepancy amplifier fitted with the backups of its logic model. A label reads, in case of a careless inspector. I promise not to be careless. I will have some pet pills. I will have your purple berry crunch. Or purple berry crunchier. Adreno time. Yeah, you're acting a bit weird there. So this must be the good doctor's quarters. If they've got the replacement things. Oh, maybe it's just the medical bay, actually. I am smart. I'm going to solve this murder by working out whose room it is. Welcome, Dr. Winifred Goodnight. This is an automated reminder to make sure you clean the blood off your instruments. Patient logs. Okay, let's look at Hartford Bush. Well, none of those are related to the murder, but let's violate patient confidentiality anyway. Complaints. Back pains. Another day, another case that bores me to drink. The ill-fated Byzantine of the hour thought it prudent to gorge himself on enough Bertleberry wine to incapacitate a primal. Then he attempted to reach the lobby by stairs rather than elevator and fell down 6 flights. Auto mechanical servants broke his fall. He broke their servo mechanisms and will be billed accordingly. Fractures in left clavicle, right femur, parietal bone, ribs, more injuries than brain cells. I recommend replacing purple-berry wine with Rizzo Spectrum vodka in order to appease Rizzo's company policy. Alright, patient log. Nina Han. Extreme excitability. Finally, something a little different from the norm. Miss Han came in earlier today escorted by her sister. Apparently not long after arriving on Eridanos, the two of them went on a trip through the Purpleberry Orchard. Miss Han's sister visited the puzzle hedges, but quickly became lost. When she eventually made her way out, Miss Han was nowhere to be found. The sister claims that Miss Han returned to the hotel room several hours later, but has been unusual ever since. The sister described the patient as formerly sullen, morose, phlegmatic, and given to melancholia. Her demeanour had transformed into an unpleasant degree of levity and shocking enthusiasm towards everything. I suggest vast quantities of cheap alcohol. Well, this is interesting, because there have been several people around who have been saying, I am inordinately happy. So I am not sure what they're adding to this stuff. I don't think it's anything to do with the parasites, because that is going in the bottom of Spectrum Brown, not the purple berry stuff. So, this is interesting. Several mysteries. Also, we haven't found the needler gun, which was, Alright, yes, this is the bathroom I broke into that was being used, yep. The needler gun that was Halcyon Helen's signature weapon before she died. Ah, and we haven't been in here. This is now open, is it? Okay, we found a point of interest, but no clues. And I'm not going to steal all these wines in view of everybody. So who have we got? Hotel guest.
I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
Yes, everybody says that. Hotel guest.
You know, I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen.
I never considered the possibility myself, but then... Who are you? You're hotel guest.
I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
Man, they gotta do something about those terror rays. Hey there, bartender. Mechanical? Oh, I'm scared of mechanicals, aren't I?
Greetings, attractive patron. Please allow me to
You got that right.
your drinking experience with fine cocktails.
Do you know anything about the murder? I'm assuming not.
This unit is incapable of murder, as it possesses no conscious will. The proper term would be destruction of company property. Neither this unit nor its corporate proprietor claim any responsibility for any destruction of company property that this unit did or did not commit.
So you're saying, no, you didn't do anything. But still, that sounds pretty suspicious to me. Where were you at the time of the murder or company property destruction?
This unit is incapable of abandoning its post. This view of the lobby is all it knows, has known, or will ever know.
Huh. I think I can do something about that. Let's disable your movement inhibitor. I'm still not convinced that's a level sand. Never mind. No, let's use my engineering skills, which I only have because Parvati is with us.
Oh, I see what you did in there. Huh. That's some clever work.
No, it's you.
Diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Thank you for your patronage. Initializing digital handshake in 3, 2, 1. Digital handshake complete.
I mean, if you think about it, all handshakes are digital. We all have digits involved. Give me a drink, bartender. Ah, you have all of this. Spectral vodka black. That's just alcohol. Oh, that is just alcohol as well. Violet, indigo, blue, 0G brew, algae lager, vodka red. Bread, the best taste. Rum and salmon, purple berry wine, trippy stout, iceberg aged whiskey, and glacier water. I don't want any of that stuff, thanks. But I will sell all my junk right now. I will have to do that. There we go. That cleared out a tiny bit of space, and now you can move around. Isn't that great? Are you going to go and murder some people now? Because I have uninhibited your movement. That sure would be fun. Let's just have a look at my character skills. Alright, technical. There, see? I've got 20 in technical, and then 108 altogether, thanks to Ellie and Parvati giving me that stuff. So it's not as if I am the technical genius here. Also, I have phobias right now. Oh, move out of the way, Ellie. I want to see where this auto-mechanical goes. Wow. You got anything fun to say?
Greetings, esteemed Liberator. This
I'm an esteemed
unit
Liberator
has
now.
gained a newfound perspective on selling beverages now that it has been allowed to travel freely. It may not share this perspective.
That is a shame. Alright. Well, you go look around. And I will just have a quick look and see if there's anything new. Have I been in here? Oh, it's just selling. We got any clues in here with my clue gun? No, I've read those terminals. Any clues? No, that's the way out. There was clues in here, wasn't there? There were clues there. Or no, it was over here. Somebody put laxatives in those bottles. I don't know what that means. We've read The Dissident Queen, Chapter 2. We've talked to you. Okay. Where did the auto-mechanical keep going? Did you escape? Did you go at the exit, auto-mechanical? Did you go back to the bar and I just missed it? Oh, you're back in the bar. Alright, groovy. Alright, at the front doors. Raising your engineering skill will allow you to repair your armor and weapons without a workbench and reduces the number of parts needed. I never will use that. Not with this character, anyway. Wow! Whoa. There was somebody there, wasn't there? Oh, you were walking away. That's fine. You just went away while I was going all weird. Alright, map. Jeez, that map is... Wow. I do not know what is going on there. Yeah, that is what I am looking for. That active quest. We need to go across there to find it. Don't know what's around in the other places. Bridge to Pilot House. Spaceport. Oh, we can't go to the spaceport because that's Spencer. And he says no. So, to the orchards then. I do not know where I am. Am I hiding under all these other things? Am I not on this location? Or have we got a bug that is just not showing up? Alright. And also... No, okay, before we do that, there was a thing which said, come to the balcony to... I might have opportunities for you. So, I'm assuming this is the balcony. So we're going to run all the way around and see if we can find somebody who... Aha! You have a name. You're probably the one who was hired somebody else to something the pool. What did they made it all green and horrible? Yeah.
I saw you meander on out of the pool and into the greenhouse.
Mysterious note
Now you're
writer.
here. Does that mean what I think it means?
I read your note. Suffice to say, I am interested. What do you think it means? I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, I'm suffice to say I'm interested.
If you're interested in burying the pool, I'm interested in paying you.
Burying the pool? Why go after a hotel pool? Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe I just want Rizzo's working relationship with Slug to implode for the benefit of Spacer's Choice.
Ooh, Spacer's Choice,
Right.
corporate
It ain't high
espionage.
profile, and it ain't gotta be. Any damage to Rizzo's is cause for celebration. You ain't gotta concern yourself with my spite. Consider me an average Byzantine, and I'll consider you an average contractor.
I don't want to get involved in it right now, I don't think.
Shame. Well, I hope you'll soon see Rizzo's for what they are, and help me bring them low.
Yeah, I assume I
Hope
can
you're
come
here
back and talk to you
reconsider
now.
my offer. Otherwise, I'm not sure we have anything to discuss. Unless you got a 2-ton bag of dead sprats for sale.
Not right now, I don't. Actually, this is kind of pointless. I'm out for
Thanks.
right now.
Well,
I'll
I
be
hope
back.
you'll soon see Rizzos for what they are and help me bring them low.
I don't know why. I want to have a quick look at my reputation. There it is, and see what I'm doing. I don't have any reputation with Rizzos at all. They're not even on my list. That is interesting. But Space's Choice revere me. Alright, okay. Zervers, the Board, Sublight, Monarch, Iconoclast, Groundbreaker. No, okay, none of those are Rizzos in disguise. Alright, okay. Yeah, I'll help out Space's Choice, seeing as they seem to revere me.
Hope you're here to reconsider my offer.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm not sure we have anything to discuss. Unless you got a 2-ton bag of dead sprats for sale.
Seems like easy money. In.
That's great to hear. Or grand, as the Byzantines are so fond of saying.
Those Byzantines.
Not that I ain't one. There's a chemical mixing machine in the greenhouse that has more than a few volatile chemicals. Mix them and render that pool unusable. Anything that ain't a cleaner should do. Dump the mix into the pool, then find somebody in Slug and tell them you did it for Rizzos. That'll get those damn bastards into some red water.
Why? Yeah. Why Rizzos?
They're getting a tad too cozy with your friendly neighborhood slugs. We don't want either gaining power on the board. Easier to do so if their alliance ain't so sweet anymore.
Okay,
Personally,
makes sense.
I don't think we're going far enough. Rizzos is all smiling gun hands and uppity scientists. Wouldn't mind bringing them down with some well-placed bullets, but meh. If you're worried about this hurting your relationship with Slug, I wouldn't. The guard's thicker than the shit in that pool. Tell him you're with Rizzos and he won't question it.
Oh, that guy. Yep. But, I mean, the pool's already been ruined by something. Did ruins ruin the pool?
This here's a messy business, friend. And when it comes to messy businesses, the rule's always the same. Don't get too curious, whether it's about Saltuna additives or espionage. Spacer's Choice didn't ruin anything. Rizzos did. And ain't that a coincidence? But it's also gonna be Rizzos that permanently puts that pool out of commission.
Alright, I'm off.
Dandy. Come on back once you've done your deed.
I don't know that I am going to do the deed now, because this just seems pointless. Nobody around. Crack it open.
Tell.
I mean, there was nothing in there. I got some XP, but that's about it. Down we go. Could have jumped over the edge, but I don't really want to. Right, now... There's my green spot on my compass. Alright, this is the pool that they want us to poison. But I'm not doing that right now. You're the dumb guy. I want to. Ah! My legs! My beautiful, beautiful legs.
A lockdown? No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Burgess. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here.
I expect I will be talking to you to gain new, exciting quests.
Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want?
I am not part of your crew. Who's Matthias?
An idiot. I suspect he's avoiding me, actually, which is the first smart thing he's done all month. Sorry, but do you need something?
Yeah.
Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate.
I am not an angry guest.
One of my crew is AWOL.
Oh, I can do that. I'm an inspector. I can look for you. Is it Matthias? Is it him? Is he the dumb?
Matthias is about as useful as a manta queen in a Saltuna cannery. Wouldn't give a damn if he were lost. Frankly, he'd be doing me a favor.
Well, I can help you with that. I'm an inspector.
I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is.
Alright, a few days. Why did you wait to... yeah, go on.
It's not exactly uncommon for slug agents to go on the odd bender. They'll pick a place they think I don't know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles. Thing is, They usually resurface within 24 hours, or at least yell for medical help. This guy, not a peep.
Oh, okay. What do I need to know?
The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first.
Alright, thanks very much. I recognise that name, wasn't it scribbled on something? Maybe I've been in there, maybe I haven't. I don't know. But I know somewhere we saw a roster and his name was scribbled on it. But okay, let's ignore that and go across the bridge. Oh, what's going on? Ah, the computer's just futzing out for some reason. Damn. I mean, I like those engines and the particle effects they're giving off there. That cloud is pretty weak. Over the bridge. I assume I'm walking towards the orchard this way, right? Yeah, I am. Cool. Well, let's steal stuff out of here first of all.
It ain't stealing if no one sees.
Exactly. My opinion too. Uh-oh. Dead sprats. Was it somebody other than me? Ah! Damn it. Yep. Yeah, headshot. Any more? Oh, there are people. Yeah, oh, they're coming up here. Alright. Cool. Yeah, we'll use all our companion special abilities. And then... there we go. Any more? Cool. Candied skull fins. Mmm. Why have I got a flag? Oh, because I killed someone. So my next shot is a critical. Yes. Huh. CNP. Alright, so we're moving out of the safety of the hotel and into dangerous parts. I want to stand on top of this. Alright. We will look out for that. But, unfortunately, I am gonna stop here. It's been about 3 hours, I think, since I started, and I want to do my regular Broken Sword stream a little bit later today, so I need to take a couple of hours to go and do things. Like have breakfast and generally wake up. So yeah, I am going to save the game here, and then I will be back in just over 2.5 hours to pick up with Broken Sword 4. And we will see how George is going to get out of his prison. I might continue with this later today. I am uncertain. But, there we go. Still, we will find out. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I am Richard. This has been LM, TD, TM, FFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And I will see you all the next time. Ultra professional.